Well, there we go. That was the first time I've seen that. Wow, the end of Bravo, Airbus. Yeah, whatever. A bit of Star Wars in there as well. Yeah, hello. Welcome to not another Microsoft Flight Simulator stream, but today a full face me stream, a full face stream. Yeah, that was the first time I seen that video because I did not catch the start of Friday. What was I doing on Friday? I think I was eating lunch. I think I think I was eating my lunch. It's Friday, you know. I think I missed the start of that bit, and then I came in and saw what are they called? What are they called? Those people, Navigraph. I came and saw them. So anyway, that was that. I still, I said the same last year. I don't know if these people really come together and do that and record it, or they just or they just code it in and say they do. Cab only 11 months. I believe FSExpo was 12 months since we last met. So you waited a month before you subbed. Thank you anyway. Thank you. You're right. Hello. Are you here to see what you're getting? What you're getting? That's it. The whole box just for this one sticker. Just this one sticker. SYM. Don't know what SYM means. Is that some sort of cool shorthand phrase? Yeah, so just kind of just rounding off from that, kind of just going over some bits and pieces. I'm, you know, if you want to watch the shop floor, maybe go and watch one of Murph's videos. He went round and did bits and pieces. I caught a little bit last night of his playback. So you get to see what some of the people were talking about, whatever, some of the bits and pieces. So this is just literally me just talking through the fun and games of getting from here in Edinburgh to Boston, Providence, back. The return trip was bad. Hashtag just chatting. Okay. Nah. I'm not doing just chatting because then nobody will know what it is. I'm going to stick with the Flight Sim 2024. They might get confused with a mukbang or something if they watch me. So, you know, not a hot tub streamer. I don't have the bikini for it, but definitely the mukbang. See, Jeff, there, he's got his 12 months. He was there from the start. Emma says, hey, why did it not play it back? Interesting. I should have played it back. Thank you very much, Jeff. I am fine. I'm still catching up. Do I have one of those microphones I can lick? I know I can maybe like this. See how this sounds. Does that work? ASMR. Yeah, I'm still catching up, to be fair. It was a tough trip back, which we'll go over. I suppose is this a roundup or a debrief? Debrief of my travels, maybe, and then we get to see the swag. Did you actually pick up any swag? Because I never saw you guys walking around with anything. Can't remember I actually asked you that. You're still here till about 8:30. Oh well, it's 40 minutes. It's good. We'll maybe go over one or two things. So yeah, it was overall a good trip. As I said to Jeff and Emma at the time, stuck them like a little lost lamb. Probably had enough of me by now, that's for sure. But the reality of it is, wherever I went, they were following me. They just happened to be in the same place at the same time. So, just little things like stickers. Yeah, to be fair, I actually think the swag is not as good as last year. Don't know. I've got my box up the stairs with, again, 1 million pens. So now I've got even more pens that I will never use, and I still use my, you know, my Mont Blanc pen, my proper pen I use at work. I ain't using like fucking any build's pen. Screw that. I need something a bit of weight. Poker chip. Oh man, I got so many poker chips last year. Makes sense. What could they have given away this year that was like in theme? I don't know, a wee lobster or something? Clam? Could have given a wee clam with FSExpo on it. So I'm just going to the beach or just go to the restaurant, clean up all the clam shells, print it on. Missed a trick. Missed a trick. Never mind. You could use a pen. Oh, I've got a couple here I could send over. This is I've got one that's the odd one out from Flight. Where's my camera? Flight Panels. That's probably the crap one, actually. The light. There's probably two crap ones, but I'll go over them later. What do they do for a theme next year? What's Minneapolis? Jeff knows better than me. What's in Minneapolis? Mall of America? A little mall? I don't know. Minneapolis. Don't know anything about it. It's not easy for the British to get there, though. If they felt they made it slightly hard this year, next year, British Airways don't fly out to Minneapolis. I might be able to get an American Airlines. However, one thing I do know I can get is Aer Lingus. They fly an A321 from Dublin to Minneapolis, basically, which is interesting. 8-hour flight, that one is. Or is it 8 hours in total? Maybe 8 hours in total. But they don't do premium economy. It is all or nothing. So business or economy on that route. So that's not going to be so fun. But hey ho, we'll see. We'll see. There's other things I know I want to do that presentation next year about getting into VATSIM. So Rob will do his one where, and because I watched it, so now I know what his presentation is about debunking myths, etc. Things that might, what was one of the ones where like, okay, one of the examples is VATSIM, you cannot do, is it? No, hold on. It's mostly IFR, which it's true, it is, but doesn't mean you need to do IFR. And sorry, you don't need to do IFR. You can do VFR, and you can do IFR and a piston, that type of stuff. So I want to kind of do part 2 of that, which is, okay, you've decided now to go into VATSIM. Here are the tips and tricks, i.e., here's have a wee board set up that has all your bits, but the specific layout of that board. Where did I go last time? Runway 18. I have no idea where that was. Oh, that was from Ibiza, I think it was. So yeah, there's all the bits and pieces that people in the specific order to call it in, and tips and tricks using VAT radar, etc. So we'll see. And specifically in Europe, because I talked to a lot of people out there and they were saying, yeah, I don't really feel confident flying in Europe. Like I don't feel confident flying in the US, and it's not actually that bad, to be honest with you. But it doesn't feel like it's going to be worth the price. Well, when I looked at the prices, it was 30,000 Avios and £300 for economy. That ain't bad, to be fair. That ain't bad. So if that's the only option, because I don't think, honestly, I didn't even know if there was business. There was business, but it was a grand each way. Yes, sorry, a grand each way, or then it's just economy. So if it's just, yeah, because most, well, JetBlue have a business on their A321s, but yeah, it's, and I hear Aer Lingus has still got old school, like 2x2 line, straightforward business class type shit. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I tell you though, since Jeff's in the room, what one hell of a car he's got. Like being Back to the Future, the doors, Tesla open at the side. Nearly took my face off when I get on that car. And I tell you something as well, he drives like he's trying to go into the future too. The speed that man goes at, whoa. Nah, I'm only picking on him because he's here. The speed, is it our car? I tell you, that was some car. He was sitting there talking to us, turning around whilst we're flying down the freeway. I've never been so scared in my life. Never been so scared in my life. But yeah, it overall was a good trip. There were some things that were better than Vegas, some things that maybe not as good as Vegas. So, for example, in Vegas, it had the glitz and the glamour, the things that you knew were there. Oh, the fountains of Bellagio. Let's go see that. The Venetians inside the fucking canals. Okay, that's cool. But then we go to Providence, you're like, what's here? Lobster roll? Even I didn't know that. So it wasn't. But the good thing about Providence over Vegas was you could walk everywhere. Everything was in walking distance. The weather was brutal. I mean, it was a different kind of heat. We went on a riverboat cruise. And again, Jeff can attest to this. It was fucking hot. The sun was on us. I got my Scottish skin was as delicate as you know, so I got myself some spray and it looked like it was fine. But oh man, that was something else. And the trains just they could not handle the heat. Infrastructure couldn't handle it. But seemingly that's normal at times of the year. So I don't know. Well, I mean, I stayed in the Mirage, so that was fine. I could walk to it. But if you were staying in the Rio, you did kind of have to get an Uber, right, to get to this trip. Walking in Brit. Yeah, I mean Vegas. I mean that was. Don't get me wrong. Vegas was. Oh man, I did not like that. That was at least another. Most days another 8 degrees on top of what? Because it was 30 in Providence and it was 38, 39 in Vegas, and again, a completely different heat. But me and Cav, you and I walked that in Vegas during the day, and that was torture. That was absolutely torture. But I think the problem with the riverboat tour is if you were in the middle of that canal and the sun was down, you had no way to escape it. Absolutely no way. Uber over the freeway, then walk around. Well, what I mean is in Providence, you didn't. Literally everything was next to each other. To be fair, there was a couple of times where we walked maybe 200-300 yards, maybe a bit more than that, and then we were there. So everything was literally in the same spot. And then if you were staying in the hotel, you could go to the mall across the bridge, or you can go to the convention center across the bridge. So the only time you were venturing outside is if you were going to get something to eat or the X-Plane disco. Yeah, we'll talk about that soon. So hot but worth it. Hot but worth it. Yeah, it was good. So there was slight things. I said there was sights to see. I think if you were in Providence and you knew more about the area, like you could go to the old town and stuff like that, which I never had time in the end because of the shit with the flights. But you could probably have a look and get to see some real history. Again, Vegas didn't offer that, but Vegas had the glitz and the glamour. So that's true. That's true. We did walk to Federal Hill. That was worth it. Oh, Federal Hill. Oh, I wish we'd gone back to have some Italian. That stuff, like some of the first restaurants, smelled really, really good. And that was very nice. But yeah, getting there was fine. No problems getting to Providence. I actually ticked over pretty well. There were some delays with the trains. They were too hot. So there was all the trains were delayed coming to the station. But like being in London, for example, just nothing fucking works on a specific day. So I got in there a little bit late, but it was only like 20 minutes on this really shitty, rickety old train. The guy threw up on it, so that was nice. I knew there was going to be a problem when he came staggering in. But yeah, we got there. Not a problem. Everything was fine. Everything was absolutely fine. I got my little, I guess there's our first. The swag will be part of a story, right? The swag will be part of a story. So, what you get in premium economy, you do get a little bag. It's like a semi sort of amenity kit. And if you've never been on British Airways premium economy before, this is what you get. So, get a little card. There we go. World Traveller Plus. Welcome aboard your British Airways flight. We hope you enjoy your new look and amenity kit. It's not new. It's been in there since first premium economy I sat in was 2015, so it's been there for 10 years. Designed with sustainability in mind, using material made from recycled plastic bottles. Blah, 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 blah. Right. Oh, was that about 35,000 feet? Oh, this is interesting. We've also introduced a new lip balm from Scaramouche and Fandango. Really? Scaramouche and Fandango. I wonder what song they got that from. That played a part in the trip, that's for sure. Developed specifically to counteract the effects of flying at 35,000 feet. More like the pressure inside the cabin. Okay, so you got a really small eye mask. I don't know if that fits my face very well. It's not very good. And it's also upside down, so there's a good start. So there we go. Eye mask. Standard socks. British Airways colours, but no labelling. What else do you get in this bag? Toothbrush, toothpaste. Pen. I mean, I needed a... I don't know if I was going to get any pens over that weekend, so I'm glad I got one in there. And lip balm. So that's all you got in there. The bag's nice. Cav, have you got one of these? I think you've flown in premium economy before. Yep. The way the bag feels, it always feels like it's wet, but it's not. It's some sort of weird texture. I keep forgetting where my camera is. Weird texture. Oh, sorry, not the mic. Yeah, you got one of these ones, Cav? Ask Cav because I'm sending them half this shit. You have the business class one? Right, I'll stick that in the box. I've got like 4, so that's another one you can add to your collection. Yeah, the business class one's like white stuff or something, isn't it? So that was fine. Then what did we do on the Thursday, if I can remember? Maybe I should get some of those cards. Maybe get some Tesla branded ones, your face on it. Maybe you could try and punt this a little bit more. I mean, you need the help. You need all the help you can get, right? Get people to join the club. Right. So that, I mean, I can't even remember now. Wednesday night. I think that was about it. Did we meet up? No. Was it Thursday you got there? I can't remember now. What happened? I met David. It was David I met, I think. Yeah, sorry. I did meet David. We went to track 15, got something to eat. Yes. So that was that. Thursday afternoon. Did I do anything for breakfast? Yeah, David and I went to this diner for breakfast, right? Now, this is where I could try and see for a laugh. We can actually see what some of these places are like. I feel like I got an American experience out of this. 2 seconds. I need to do Google Maps. So we hit a place. Oh, you can see that. So Boston, Providence, there's train, and we hit a place called, oh man, what was it called? It was called something like the Flying Diner or some shit like that. I'm gonna, yeah. Oh, so close. Yeah, it is exactly what it was like in a proper shithole bit. I think the old docks or something. Am I in the right spot? No, what was it called? Seaplane. There we go. The Seaplane Diner. Open for dining. Well, this must be late when I was taking it. It was good. It was actually all right, to be fair. Is there any pictures that people have put in? Oh, they've put some pictures in. So that it was like equivalent of a greasy spoon, yeah. Basic American fare. Go into the diner. Well, these are not great photos, but the prices. Look at the prices. So cheap compared to what we had experienced all throughout the rest of the week. So cheap. Yes. Sorry. Um, I think this is just a model on top. It wasn't a genuine seaplane. But at the same time, I don't remember the seaplane. So that's how insignificant it was. Yeah. Standard black horrible coffee. Looks bad, tastes good. Type crap. Oh, is that what? That's what I had. Just the sausage and bacon stuff. I didn't want to load up for lunch, which I'm glad I didn't, because then I got the clams later on. Clam chowder. Yeah. Well, there we go. The standard diner. Standard diner. So that was interesting. Seaplane diner. There we go. They had these jukeboxes, which were aesthetic only, but some of the songs in them were like, I wouldn't expect that inside a jukebox. Eiffel 65, things like that. Is there? Can we actually see? Let's see, it's there. No. Fantasy by Mariah Carey. Backstreet Boys. Is Mariah Carey up there again? Fatboy Slim. Great selection if it was playing. I'll give you that. Yeah, so that was the diner. That was not too bad. And then what did we do after that? Excuse me. Went back. Oh, that was Thursday still. Can't remember. Oh my god, my brain's already going. That was on the Thursday. Can't remember. Bummed around, I guess. Bummed around. Hold on. I don't know the difference between purge and ban. Delete. Purge. Okay. 1 second. Okay. Yeah, we will have to do a proper session. I think I'm going to try, and maybe even try to bring Catherine with me next year. But I really want to do that seminar. So that's one thing that will drive it. But at the same time, it's my 40th next year. I mean, I know I want you to celebrate my birthday with me, even though it's in March, but I am planning to go back to Japan again and see some friends out there. Not to mention, I think we may be going to Lisbon as well. So, bit tight. And if the room prices were anything like they were there, though in saying that, I am on higher wages now, so we'll see. But absolutely, Jeff, we need to do something irrespective. We need to plan something, because I think there was so much time wasted just kind of walking around going, oh, what will we do now? Okay. I think we managed to get the most out of it that we could have, but we probably could have got better. Like looking at the old town and stuff like that. Anyway, Thursday night, I can't remember what happened on Thursday night. I think we just went to Murphy's. Yeah, was that we just went to Murphy's and that was it? I think that's why we went to that Murphy's bar. That's right, he did say that. But we'll see. Well, we can have a quick look, actually, since we're on this side of the world. Minneapolis. So, there's the airport. There's the convention center. It's here somewhere. Yeah, it's here. So it's not far, at least to get to and from for once. Not trains, and stinky trains. But if I get the convention center, so here's the convention center here, the River Center. I think the only hotel that I saw, listen quick, is the St. Paul's. In terms of there's two close ones. There's the St. Paul's, which I would have thought is probably, it looks pricey though, but that might be the one that we get. Or which I don't think we'll get, is the Holiday Inn. You never know; they might give us it as well. It's a 3-star hotel. I don't know what the Omni was. There's the Courtyard. Oh, that might be one. And I think that's it in terms of hotels, because these are like Ecolab. We everyone know what Ecolab is, and Travelers was an insurance company. There's a science museum that could be quite cool. There is a mall I saw somewhere. Plenty restaurants. Plenty restaurants. Mickey's Diner. Ah, there we go. Ah, brilliant. We're already sorted. Already sorted. I'm going to get some more stinking eggs and bacon. Brilliant. Oh, look at it. Oh, perfect. Ticks the boxes already. Oh my God, pickles. Everybody goes pickles. There's a theatre for you, Jeff. You never know. Might find a children's museum. Yeah, so there's some things in that area. A little wee train that goes through it. Maybe it's a tram. So plenty of things for next. Oh, I'm sorry. I totally forgot I'm on the wrong screen. So I'm gonna have to say that all again. Not really, but I'll just do it quickly. So here we are at the center. Just shows you nobody's really watching. And so this is the place here. We've got a performing arts. We've got a hotel here. We've got a hotel here. I believe there was another one somewhere. There was another one. I can't remember. So there's a few hotels around it, which I'm assuming are going to be the ones. The Holiday Inn is probably where I'm going to put my money on it for being the cheap one, considering that the St. Paul's Hotel's 4-star at £244 a night, which will probably be about $300, and then which is way under the 150 a night. And I mean, there's 153 there. It's probably going to be the Holiday Inn, right? This Courtyard, 191. It might be the Courtyard. It might be the Courtyard. So there we go. Nige. I say Nige because that was somebody I used to know. Hello, good evening. You're gonna have to tell me your name, because I'm still getting used to usernames and stuff like that. Maybe a negotiated deal is yeah, it's going to be something, right? It's going to be something. Yeah. So that's next year. We got the diner. So. Nigel, perfect. Yeah, I thought so. There's a guy I know from here, well, not from here, but from the game and stuff. I used to go, his name was Nigel. So there we go. So that worked. Did we meet? I forget. I'm so bad. I met so many people. I'm more of a face person rather than a name person. Oh, you're from. Oh, you want to Jeff's guys. Oh. I'm glad you chose me over him. Perfect. Thank you very much. Good job, Jeff. Good job. You're pushing the stream. I've got you employed pretty well. Thanks, Jeff. Oh, Nige, hello. Sorry, I thought you were from FS, and you might still be from FSExpo. Right. So. Where did we get to? Jeff recommended. He's a good lad. He's a good lad. He's still watching my back all this time. Right, where did we get to? So Thursday, yeah, I can't remember what happened. I think we just went to the bar and did the usual let's get pissed sort of stuff. I think I wasted most of the day away, to be fair. I can't remember what we did. Friday is where it all started. So it started with the air tour. The air tour was great. Now, do I have photos of I do have photos now. Give me a second. The air tour was good. I don't know what I was expecting of the air tour. I probably expected something different. I think I expected to get off the bus more, but it was still pretty good. Nice. Oh, here's some photographs. I'm just going to go through. So You might see some random photos. So that was a plane that we took over. Yeah, that's what we got. That was a... Oh, that was a video by mistake. And I think I did another video as well. Yeah. You can hear me go, ah. It loads up. Internet, hello? All right, well, it's not that funny anyway. Yeah, traditional lamb and mint... Sorry, spring green vegetable salad. Oh, it was dull. It was a bad menu. It was a bad menu. And this was somebody... Sorry, this was somebody on Discord, so I was laughing at like that was some sketchy looking food. You throw the Concord. We all love a bit of Concord. Yeah, that was good. The Southwest. I've got the photos. We'll come up to the photos in a bit. Sorry, that's just about my kitchen. Okay. As soon as the plane took off, this boy straight back into my face. The light had been off for like a millisecond, and he was back there. But look at that seat. Look at that seat. Whoa. Yellow. Yeah, well, I told you it's not. I told you it wasn't in order. I was in force back. We're going back in time, forward in time. Is that like, I'm just making good use of that DeLorean that you made me sit in. Random stuff. Me on a plane. What was I doing here? Waving in the dark. Oh yeah. Okay, so escape room, rave party. Yeah. So this is a cool picture. This was actually me, if I can get it. Yeah. So whilst I was in the sky, what was it, 30,000 miles away, 38,000 feet in there, I could still say goodbye to my kid at night. That was great. That was amazing. That was amazing. There she goes. Technology, ATC. Yeah, finally got moved up. There's some pictures here. And here we go, coming into Boston. Coming into Boston. Sorry for the accent. Some of the pictures are pretty crud. So actually, it was a pretty uneventful flight into Boston. Pretty good. And then this is me trying to get to South Station. Delayed, see? Delayed. It was too hot. It was way too hot. Way too hot. Classic American train. I don't know, they painted all the trains purple, though. Shame. I know you guys will be like, it's just a train, but for us, it's cool. Boston. I can't do it. Just talking about water bottles. Yeah, that again, I don't know why this is out of order, but we had this space on the A380 upstairs, which was literally like a whole foot to the side. It was great. And then these are all sort of boxes you could put your shit in there. So that was handy. I really need to make sure there's nothing dodgy. I don't take dodgy pictures, but these are like personal ones. I don't know why it's out of order. I'm just going to double check before I go spinning through. Everything is kosher. Everything is kosher. I saved the dick pics for later. Yeah, I don't know why everything is out of order, actually. That's a sign that says Providence. Oh, yeah. I thought they were doing some sort of welding, big, massive, fancy thing for the expo, but I think they're just making a bar in the expo room, so that was a bit boring. That's my room number, so I wouldn't forget. That's me, nice and not so sleepy. That was me messaging you, Jeff, actually. You and Emma. That was me messaging you and Emma whilst I was walking around. That's what I did on Thursday morning. Walking around in that closed, yeah. Standard Chris face, that was. Well, funnily enough, after this stream, and it started to get late, I'm actually going to go out and tackle a wasp's nest that seems to be growing in my bush. I wanted to do a sound there, but I've totally missed the chance. Yes, I'm going to tackle a wasp nest growing in my bush.
That's what she said.
That was so out of sync. Yes, sorry. This was something I was showing somebody because somebody asked me about a cider, and I got confused between Mitsuya cider and a genuine cider. Dick Burner. Now I don't understand this. For me, this is weird, right? Because this is called Miffy. This little bunny is called Miffy everywhere else, but you guys call it Dick Burner. Like, I thought that was just in the Japanese store, but when I went to like a comic shop in the mall, it was called Dick Burner. So for me, that I know it's weird, but that why okay. That was David. That was a guy. Never heard of it. Never heard of Miffy. Never heard of Dick Burner. It's a kids thing. Yep, there's David. That was, I think I was saying that to Cav. That's usually my standard face. If you were to see any of the pictures that I did back in Vegas, but yeah, got to make it look like I'm not having fun. There we go. There's the old. You know what? I like last year's tag versus this one. I think last year's one was nice with the PMDG 777 on it. That was nice. I like that one. Also, everybody had United on them. It wasn't just me. I looked at everybody else from the UK. We all had just United. Edinburgh United? No, we have. Well, we don't. So all the major teams are like Hearts, Hibs. You know, those are the main teams in Edinburgh, and then of course Glasgow. You got like Celtic and Rangers. But we do have like the sort of like the lower leagues, not even like the unofficial football, whatever. They're called Edinburgh Capitals, basically. Edinburgh Capitals or Edinburgh City, something like that. So, but Edinburgh United would work if we were in Manchester United. I did get a couple of, oh, you work for United? I don't know where you get that from, but yeah, everybody from the UK had that problem. Oh, and then I got, so I've got this thing at the moment. I don't know why it's an algorithm, of course. Holly went to like a Pokemon show recently, and I'm now doing things in order. She went to a Pokemon show recently, and ever since then, my algorithm has been going around with these Pokemon guys opening Pokemon cards and then being like, "Oh my god, I'm making thousands of dollars." So I was in the mall that Thursday, walking past, and I went, "Oh man, there's a machine here selling Pokemon cards. I'm going to have a go." $20 later, I've got this shit. That's worth about 6 cents. And all this other crap worth nothing. So there we go. Me following the trends, and I don't know why. That's just some memes. There we go. There's the crew. That's fine. Oh, the chowder. Hey, Jay. Edinburgh United fishing bottom of. So I don't watch any football, so I have no idea. Oh, that was my Google going off. Yeah, this chowder. Oh God. No, I never got a chance to go to Legal Seafood. I actually had time at the airport, but by that point I was already too full, and I had a chowder that morning. But this chowder, oh, Jesus Christ, it was sublime. It was sublime. And that wasn't 2 bowls for me. That was for David as well. But oh man, that was some shit. It was good. It was really good. Now we're at the airport tour. Now we're here. So, see these trucks, Jeff? Maybe you remember. Did they say that they just happened to be out there that time? Because the other groups didn't. I wasn't. I don't think they were out there for us, were they? We were just lucky. Tory Oxford. They brought them out to us. Were they doing that for every trip, or did they do it just for our trip that was passing? I can't remember what they said. I was too busy going, oh, this is amazing. If I had 2024 running just now, I would be able to take you around it because the Providence Airport's pretty good. Now that I've been there, it's pretty spot on. Even have that 22, what we'll come up to in a minute, which has no engines on it. They were out for all 3 groups. Okay, fair enough. You're inhaling chicken and chips. Oh, very nice. Oh, forget it's almost that time. We haven't gone. You're not going to get to see the swag then. Oh, there she is. Oh, there she is. It's a 7.5 or 7. I think it's a 7.5. Okay, I get it, right? It's a 7.5. It's not the A300, but it's the closest you'll get. Cargo. Mwah! Beautiful. So they said that this plane comes in. I think they go away in the evening and they come back at 7 o'clock and then they just sit there all day, basically. But a fair few cargo runs come in, I think. 2 or 3 planes into the area. This whole bit, these planes weren't there for us. They were just happened to be parked up. So it's a bit of like a GA stand. I don't know which one. I don't know if I can zoom in? It's going to be pretty bad still. Yeah, it's not. Oh, it's going to. I don't know, Jeff. You might know this. Somebody said that Robert Randazzo, or not? Is it Robert Randazzo or whoever? The head guy of PMDG. He brought a private plane. Everybody else out there, right, comes over. They ship their stuff over. They come on a commercial flight. I mean, I was on the way back. I was with the ProSim guy. He was waiting on the same plane as me to go back to Amsterdam. He was in economy. So, and you know what ProSim are like for having to charge people loads of money to use their software? Fucking PMDG bring their own plane. And it's only just that guy. Nobody else is on it. So I wasn't impressed. But it's one of these, but I don't know if it's this one. But it's one of these private planes is PMDG's fucking plane. It may have maybe one of these ones. Yeah, this little boy was coming in. It was pretty cool. I mean, I said it was an active airport. There was planes coming and going and taking off, helicopters flying around us. That was great. So let me private plane there. Another one there. Chopper. A lot of chopper. He flew away. We'll see the video in a bit. Here's the fire engines. Here we go. I think I just got a lot. Was that Jeff? There it is. There it is. I didn't even notice it. You were in 2 different. Is that you? Yeah, it was. We're in 2 different colors of shoes. I didn't even notice you were wearing jeans either. Not that I was paying attention, but you must have been dying. Are they same? Are they all right? They're blue on the outside. Okay. I know. I thought you were rocking different colors. Skinny jeans for a cool day? Nah, man. I was wearing skinny jeans like on the way there and it was killing me. There you go. Jeff getting a closer look to those pumps there. There's like a big hose in his face. Is that your FS captain shirt? It is as well. Look at him. He made his own shirt. I tried to make my own. It was too expensive. Like 40 quid a shirt. It's ridiculous. There's the Southwest coming in. Get some closer. See, this bits like this is cool, where you're literally on the ground. Now, he was still far away, but, you know, you're never that, unless you're like behind a fence or something, or you're on the tarmac waiting to get on to another plane. You're never going to get as close to anything like this. I wish I'd brought a proper camera. I just could not be bothered lugging it around. Did you see it? Yeah. Right in the middle of the airfield. It's going to be quite pixelated, I think. That fact, it's just the heat. It's just the heat. It's not even the pixelation. Probably. Doppler VOR. That's quite a good picture, actually. We're off to the gates. There's me, nice and happy. See, Jeff, I knew you could go into them, but I was too afraid to be like, can I go and sit inside? Whereas you just genuinely didn't know. Yeah, me might be nice and happy for some reason. Don't know why. Yeah. Nope, don't know what happened there. Nuclear explosion or something. Oh, now this was the cool bit. This, I don't have a video of it, and we all did something really stupid. So this guy down here is taking a photo. We're all standing in a group, getting a group photo, which I don't know how we're going to get them, if we're going to get them at all. And whilst this is happening, this helicopter, this Georgian State Police helicopter, is coming in. Now, it landed right behind us. And of course, what did we do? We all turned around and took a photo of it. That guy could have taken a photograph of us in a group and this helicopter hovering like that in front of us. It was such a missed opportunity. You've driven and ridden around in plenty. Well, there you go. There's nothing new there. But where are the airport ones? What happened to me? Picture you shared that was actually you. What? What happened to me? What, am I missing something here? I think I probably am. I know I am. By the way, what happened to me? Oh, that will come up. That'll come up. Yeah, I've got the story. There's not a story behind that, to be fair. That genuinely was me when I was 18 years old or something like that. I was on the train to London. I was actually going through a bit of a rough patch with a girl, but I was on the train to London, and it was coming from Luton, and yeah, we went through one of that phases where, oh, let's take a picture of us just like looking in random places. And that one always pops up. And I think that came up on my time hop. And I was like, and it came up on my time hop just after I'd seen that picture from Jeff. And I went, oh, I've got to take a picture of that Jeff had taken me of my hair like this, or Emma, one of the two of them. Yeah, it was an opportunity. That will be there. No doubt that'll be there. And you'll see the full shot. Emma took it. Nice. Always taking pictures of handsome guys. So yeah, there's a state trooper, FedEx in the background, just slow-mo. Breeze, that plane was doing a bit of a test run, so it wasn't actually flying. There's that other helicopter taking off. Yeah, it was a good time, Nigel. It was a good time. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. It's like, and this is the type of thing that was trying to say to Evan, the guy who organizes it, that the FS Flight Sim Association is one thing, and it hangs a hell of a lot off of the back of the FSExpo. That is the event that brings us together. The group that brings us all together is the Flight Sim Association. And I'm trying to convince them to say, can you not maybe spread that a little bit further to Europe, where they have their events, rather than just having it in the US? But I don't think them I got the message across. But yeah, it was good. We'll get to that bit. Oh my god, there's a chopper. I can hear Jeff in the background there. It's funny how it can take off at such a low speed. Those blades are just not turning fast at all. So you see, it's inactive. There's so many things going on. There's the Breeze testing its engines or something out. And chopper flying away. Now, I do like it when you get those videos where the chopper is, where the blades are moving so fast at the same frequency as the camera. Sorry, same FPS as the camera, and then it's just like, looks like it's just not moving. It's pretty cool. That was a good one. I think I was I don't know about you, Jeff, but I think I was sitting on the shit side of the bus, because I got all these bits, but you got like a picture of everything that was moving. I think you got to see everything that was moving, like that CRJ that was pushing back, man. Ugh. Watch a few streamers live on Friday amongst the Glastonbury performance. There was Glastonbury. I mean, I don't know the difference between good or bad EDM, to be honest. So it was okay. But I think overall that wasn't my event, especially when I was drinking shots made of pickle juice. He can explain that one in the chat. It's not worth me opening my mouth about. CRJ looked pretty beat up, that CRJ, actually. I think that was probably the first CRJ I've ever actually seen. I'm not entirely sure about that, but I think feels like it is. This is an A220 that's kind of been ripped apart to use for parts, but they'll put it back together, they said. It's pretty old, though. No, I did not spit it out. I did take most of it. I did take most of it.
That's what she said.
I'm so slow on the sounds. I'm sitting there like looking at it, trying to press it. Still owned by Egypt Air. Yeah. There's this Southwest you're talking about that we're waiting for. Yeah. Is that a 600? Probably look from the number. Looks quite small. Maybe a 7. Random photo. And this was like the old town park. So this church, now remind me, Jeff, because the guy said on the boat, this church, was it not like one of the first churches around? Well, maybe not the first churches, but there was something about it. I know it took ages to build, and then say like 3 days to build the top of the spire, but it's quite small. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. That pickle was minging. We got the DJ side now of Nige. Oh, thank you very much. There we go. There we go. 2 for the price of 1. Brilliant. Thank you very much, DJ Nige. Oh, amazing. Thank you. First Baptist church built in the colonies. That's what it was. The first Baptist church. It's actually quite nice, but it's definitely something you've seen. Something you see in the film. Oh, just random. City of Providence. Why not? Now, this house, I feel like this is one of these houses. It looks old, but it probably isn't. Something about it. It just doesn't quite add up. Like something you see at a theme park. Sorry, it's pixelated for a while whilst it loads back up. I feel like it's from a, yeah, something tells me it's not right. Then just Providence in general. There we go. Cybertruck. Now, I have never seen a Cybertruck before. But I did see one before this. There was a purple Cybertruck in the hotel lobby, but you know, the drive-through bit. And then next again day I saw this one. So I'd never seen one before. And now Catherine's going outside. Weird. She's leaving me. Thank you for doing the shout. Yeah, I'm really poor at the shout outs, and I don't know how to really do them, to be fair. Yeah, my first Cybertruck. So looks like Elon's still going around. Oh, here we go. Here we go. The escape room. The escape room. That's the first one you've seen as well. There you go. There you go. Did I see one in Vegas with you? You think? I mean, there'd be the place to see it. It does sound like I maybe did. Maybe you're right. Oh, maybe it's not. Oh, maybe I'm not a virgin then. Maybe I wasn't a virgin. Shit. I'm saying you saw one in Vegas. My PC fan just like kicked off for some reason. Anyway, so we met these people. They're just FSExpo people. They're related to him. This guy, wise ass, you know. He thought he knew everything in the room. Oh, I know how to this is escape room. I know how to do this. I know how to do that. You know. Oh man, the guy was such a jerk. His wife's quite nice though. She's a nice person. But there you go. She was very helpful. Jeff's gonna get a ribbon every single time he's in a photo. It's just how it's gonna work out. He's got his shorts on there though. Same shirt. Didn't change his shirt. Even though did I change my shirt? Yeah, I did. Or did I? Maybe I did. Too bad they didn't have any good. We solved it. And oh, I think she did. I wonder if she had signs down at the side. But no, you're right. They're not. They're not as white as mine. They're not as white as mine. But I have not got a quip. Unfortunately, I've not got a quip for that. So you've got one on me on there. Oh, it's just not moving anymore. Go back. Just the same photos. Oh, now this stuff. So we went to this place afterwards. Oh man, 20. Oh yes, sorry. What I meant like you here. Yeah. Oh, you're typing. Who else are you watching, Cav? Are you watching someone else? You betraying me? Hmm. Nah, I'm funny. Yeah, Provident. Funny? I'm not funny. I mean, I'm joking. Probably a second account Saturday night. Ooh. Web-based exam. Ah, I see. Don't make me distract you. So sorry, before I go on. So DJ, that's a nice. You're doing a a DJ stream. Is that what you're doing? 9:30 in the UK. Okay. Are you? Oh, nice. I'm probably streaming that time, to be fair. If not, I might drop him. Okay, yeah, this stuff. Oh, Providence Oyster Bar. It's probably the first time I've had an unsullied lobster. It's not in some sauce or something like that. It was very nice. It was very nice. Happy Treason Day. Happy Treason Day. It's not Independence, it's Treason Day. It's Treason Day tomorrow. Oh god. This now we're starting to get into the show. Oh man, what a fucking shit show this was, wasn't it? What a shit show. Can't believe that. I mean, I can't believe any builds want to charge you for a cabin pack. Oh. Fly, Truck and DJ, and other shenanigans on my normal account on Saturday. Okay, I'll drop you a follow. I promise you I'll do that. That was your favorite. It was funny. I mean, everybody was saying it. I don't know if anybody said Amtrak's just messaged me. Okay, now I'm stuck. I'm gonna get Amtrak text messages all the time now. Oh god, that was so funny. Hey guys, we're going to charge you to look at the inside of your plane with the right seat. How much was it? Was it like a $5? You saw it, I didn't. He had already pulled it by the time I got out of the thing. That is so bad. That was funny. I don't know if anybody was going to the stall, but the stall was not that busy. It was not busy because everybody already had the A350. Nobody was interested in it. Everybody was looking at the A220. Damn. 15 pounds for that. Oh, no wonder they got slated. Well, there was Rob up doing his. So that's Rob who's doing his VATSIM myth debunk buster thing. So that's what I'm looking to follow up on next year. Rob's a good guy. Like some guy in a helicopter thing. I don't know. He looked quite happy on that, so I thought I'd take a picture. Oh, Jeff, I'm the same. I wasn't in there. I tried to drop in. That's right. I dropped in the Discord for 2 seconds, and somebody was talking about how and it was about Scotland, and about how the Scottish don't even charge for their water. Some correlation with that in the pack. I think Jamie went on he put a clown face and got banned instantly. So there you go. Yeah. No, it happened during FSExpo, like during the release. Because I remember. Yeah, because I was texting you whilst I was on the floor, as in like on the Friday reveal. So it was happening during the reveal for sure. Yeah, I remember that. That was funny. There's the wing. So we're now starting to get into actual flight sim stuff now. This is good. It's annoying that they're looking at the Airbus stuff first, not because I have anything against Airbus, but because it's just 320 family. It doesn't. I mean, this could work on the other stuff, to be fair. But see their MCDU, which I've got, you can't really use it on anything else. They say you can program it for other stuff, but I've got it. I try to use it on other stuff. You can't. You genuinely can't. The Boeing side of it, you actually can use on other aircraft that are not even Boeing. So, to be honest with you, it looks good. It feels good. The lighting system's really nice. But and the buttons and everything else feel good as well. These slightly sketchy. They look 3D printed, all those buttons. I can't remember if they actually were or it was just the reflection of the light, but they do not feel anywhere near the same. I'm pressing my FCU just now, but they do not feel anywhere near the same quality as the rest of the buttons up here. Good idea though. I don't know where it would go. I think I got a photo of the other stuff. This is nice for sure. This is nice. This is proper hard plastic, lots of metal in it. The lighting and everything else is really good. Rapid prototype. To be fair, Jeff, I mean, see last year they I'll go into these guys. These guys. They prototyped this last year, and it only came out a couple of months ago, and it's exactly the same. Exactly the same. So, the rudders are good, but the rudders themselves are just the exact same model as all of the military ones, but with an Airbus faceplate on it. Realistically, that's what it is. It's exactly the same as the Orion ones. So I realize that if anybody wants to buy them, and you can take it from me now because I've got the Orions from last year and I've seen them there as well. Now, if you want, I don't know what the price would be, but if you want to, if money's your thing, get the Orions. Even though they look military, they are 100% the exact same. They just have like a military look about them, but it's the same fucking mechanism. The same. The only thing that's different is it's great and it has Airbus pedals in it. That's the only difference. Only difference. But yeah, Jeff, Meridian, when they were there, I didn't go to their stall, right? I did not go to their stall. They were bad. He came on the stage, right, with this dude, and which looked like it was just basically his bitch, right? That's what it looked like. It was just he's bringing his bitch on stage, and he pretty much fumbled it up straight. He had no. I don't even know if he practiced his speech, but he kind of just went on, and the overarching thing was everyone else is shit but us. We make proper parts, proper this, do this. Oh, it's all going to have proper things that last for years. Blah 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 blah. But and here we are. Here's the model. He's like holding it up above his head. Blah blah blah. And then he's saying things, and he starts. I can't remember what it is now, but you can watch it back. He starts going a little bit off topic and blaming some of the failures that they've had so far, but he's blaming the other guy. He's the little dude. Or if he doesn't know anything, he goes, "Oh, you tell him, because I don't know." And then at the end, he just gets kicked off the stage. It was great. Not kicked off the stage because he was bad, because he ran out of time, but they practically had to drag him off stage. When Moose went up on stage, he was they were almost talking over each other. The guy was a jerk. I don't care about all these problems he's had with Honeycomb or whatever. He was a fucking asshole, and I will not be buying Meridian. Not be buying Meridian. Also because they have, you've got you can see the Bravo behind. I'm still trying to figure out. I've kind of been playing around with some stuff. So, you've got here the Bravo, right? It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 slots and just some generic buttons, right? His ones, okay, the backplate looks quite nice with some other stuff, but you don't have the 6. And I think you can manipulate them, but he's just not generic enough anymore. He's moving it onto specific airlines, and it's just nah. Fuck off, mate. Not for me. Not for me. Yeah, a lot of people were pissed off with the guy, and when I was there, he still wasn't busy. And I sent that picture, and this is what I saw Moose's thing, not Moose's, Murph's yesterday, and I put a picture on Discord. His stuff was like bolted down, and it says "Do not touch." You're an expo, mate. Look at this stuff here we're looking at right now, Windwing shit. You can touch it to death. That's probably why my throttle, my rudder pedals are busted, because I had a million fuckers touching it. This guy, don't touch. I'm surprised he's let people even take photographs of it. Rant over. Okay, but yeah, Meridian, not going to do well out the gate. But yeah, this is all good. This nice hard plastics, very nice. The clicks and everything else feel nice on the Airbus. It's a good bit of kit. I'm not going to lie. I think I've got some pictures later on of the full setup together. Now, this is the challenger, I think, to Windwing's FCUs. So this is a Korean company. I do have a promo code. I'm just seeing if it valid until the 6th. Okay. So if anybody wants it, I do have a code for these guys. Is it worth actually upgrading for the Thrustmaster though? Yes. If you're going to stick with that, if you're going to stick with it, then absolutely get the Windwing. Don't even question it. Just go out and buy it when it's out there and chuck the Thrustmaster. It's not that much bigger. It's really not that much bigger, and you can clamp it to the desk. The Meridian will have 600. Will it? Because I think they had like a generic 6 handle maybe, and then they had like some weird shit on the back faceplate. That was said with confidence. Cav, absolutely get it. I won't get it because I think I'm going to try and move towards a generic sort of thing, but go for it. Graham, hello, good evening. You all right? How's it going? Can I flip this round? Hold on. This is a great idea. Oh, no, I don't want to enhance it. Oh, yes, I do. No, how did I fucking flip this round? Oh, here we go. These guys, this is a Korean company. I have the code for them, right? I just got my pack free last week, opened yesterday and the day before. Actually, it is nice. It is nice. Now, here's where I get to do the comparison of the two, yeah? This is a Korean company. Now, I've never heard of them before. Maybe they are something. They're called PU Air Korea. PU Air Korea. And what they've done is they have built a generic, I should have taken a picture of this behind, but it's a generic sort of hardware FCU thing. And what you can do is you can take a faceplate of any FCU, MCDU, PAP3, they've got ones for other aircraft, and then you just place it over the top and you've got it, right? These are all metal. All of them are metal. So that's a good thing about it. And of course they can be used with any plane. So now that you only need one unit. Now for me, where I've got the Windwing is, as I discussed before, if you get the Airbus one, well, then you're kind of stuck with the Airbus one. I mean, and you can't even really use it with like other Airbus aircraft. You can do it with the A320 family, but you can't use it with the 80. You can't use it with the 300. You can't use it with the 50. So it's a bit redundant otherwise. And programming it is a bit... With the Boeing one, at least you can use it across multiple Boeing family aircraft, so it works there a little bit more flexible. Their FCUs are fine, but it's the computers here, so that the glare shield shit, that's a bit more compatible with it. But their MCDUs and things like that is a bit more aircraft specific. She'll only be flying the A320. This kid. I can't understand people. I mean, there's people who will fly it, and people who will want to just stick with one aircraft, but I can't. I've got to spread my oats. I've got to spread them out. But this is a good idea. Now, one thing that I like as well is the buttons. Like the wind wing stuff, it's that rubbery feeling. So, there's a bit of a click there, it's fine. This all was very hard and very tactile. I did not look closely at the return address. I will look at it now. Do I have it still up? That's what she said. I don't have it. Go send me a screenshot because I'll need to go into our PDF and do everything for it as well. Inside joke, guys. I'm sorry. Inside joke. This had a lot more tact to it. However, that's where the good stuff stops, right? The bad side of it compared to the Wind Wing. This is just a pop-out screen, so you still have to pop out your screen, and the resolution wasn't very nice. It was quite blurry. It does the job, but as I said, it's another screen. If you want to do the brightness up and down, it's all controlled through this knob. Now, some people might say that's good. Other people might say, well, a Boeing or a 737 or an A320 has the brightness tapped into the buttons here. It doesn't have that, so that's a bit. It's a bit. The back of it is all 3D printed. It's all 3D printed, so it could potentially break. Because it's a pop-out screen, it requires two connections, an HDMI and a USB-C yes connection. And then the final one, which makes me go, is the fact that there is no real. They got the I can't remember what it's called. VGS? No, not VGS. The 4 screws that are universal to attach onto like a mount. But it's no real easy mount like you've got with the Wind Wing stuff that you can put onto like a rig or something. So it's a good idea. It's a first gen idea. I think they've got a ways to go. See there, you can see there a little bit closer. It's a nice metal frame. Oh, I didn't see that part then, Jeff. So the metal's 120 and it's 70. So yeah, okay, but it's still a good idea. It means you can only you just have one device and multiple faces rather than have multiple devices. There you go, Jeff. Nice, thank you very much. Let's have a look whilst we're there. It is a good idea. Oh, there we go. Right. So additional keypads. So there you go. CRJ, MD. I like that. The MD-11. CRJ, Boeings, and the Airbus family. A350? No, 350 is completely different. Make free keypad to metal. So this must just be the first one. But yeah, these guys, great idea. I hope. See, now that I think about it, that doesn't look like the MD-11. It looks like an Airbus or it's been a while, but it looks modern. Anyway, it's a great idea. Absolutely. Worth a follow. There's the back of it. So you can see it's 3D printed and the buttons just click straight onto it. That's silicon stuff, but it's a hard silicon, not like the soft rubber of the other ones. Oh, we're back at the expo now. Random fire engine, Providence. That had an engine on it, not just like the fire engine itself. It had a real. That was good. That was nice. Oh, and here's the first part of swag. So we'll start off with doing some swag since people before they start dropping off. So swag. I felt there wasn't as much. You're right. It took ages to turn that thing. It was not easy. Yeah, I thought swag related. There was better last year, I think, or maybe I don't know. I need to compare it. I've got a box full of shit still upstairs, but I do feel like there was more stuff last year than there was this year. Don't know, just was. So first of all, before we go across the swag, we'll talk about what I actually did buy. You need to decide what you do next year, as in like for swag. So I got Just Flight. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I did find this. So F100. That's it. And then I bought this one. So this is the Soulfly. The Soulfly Hanover and Cardiff pack. I got that one. Very nice couple, actually. So the Soulfly booth. It was Expo's very uninspiring. Expo was good. I can understand why it's uninspiring because you're not there. Oh, small camera view. Sorry. Good shout. Good shout. We'll come back to the full camera in a second. You need to keep me right. Yes, I can understand why it's not great to watch online. You can watch it any time, right? Whereas if you're there, there is a different feeling to it. And it's not just going to the expo, it's all the stuff that we do. Like when me, Jeff, Emma, other people, we went to like the karaoke, which I'll come on to a bit, you know, you can't beat it. Honestly, you can't beat it. You gotta go. You gotta go. But it was, I only went to Vegas last year, but there was definitely things I thought, as I said at the start, I know you weren't here, but there was things that were better, things that were worse. My networking was a lot better this year, but I don't think it can win it all. I do know that the announcements weren't really inspiring. For instance, yeah, I'm going to take two examples here. The 3 examples. One, AI. Fuck off, man. Everybody's doing AI now. It's so boring. Say intentions. Fuck off. Don't even use it. Go and bat sim. Then you have like 757. I cannot wait for the 757 from Bluebird. But they said the same shit last year. Nothing really new this year. Still waiting on it. Great guys, great product, but nothing new. And even then, I think last year their announcement of the 787 was a bit premature, and they probably could have had it this year. And then when you're talking about hardware, you go back to WinWing, it's like the same shit as last year. Realistically, you had those couple of rudder pedals, which are the same as the Orions, and the throttles. Well, you announced them months ago, and now we just get to see them now and touch them. It's the same shit. You can't even buy it this year. Fucking boring. So I get it. Yeah, the AI. I mean, fuck off, man. Teach you how to fly. Teach you how to do this. Do ATC controls. No, not for me. Not for me. Oh, let's have a look. Let's have a look at what Jeff's doing. Oh yeah, that was there as well. So that doesn't appeal to me, but I did see it and I thought that was pretty good for the price that they're doing. Yes, nice picture skills that they've done as well. Very blurry, but yes, very nice. Oh, you can see that's actually other pictures of the other one from the sides. You can see quite thick boy. That's an old one. They say they do other stuff as well. But yeah, that the Garmin looks quite nice. Yes, for sure. It'll be 3D printed, but you know what? Who fucking cares? 3D print stuff's actually all right. Does a decent job. Yeah. Very nice. Very nice. So yeah, so what else did I pick up? Soulfly. So I got this from them. What I had bought first was this physical copy of their Aircraft Checklist Pro. It's a basic checklist, not the full ones that I've got downloaded, which are a lot better, but you know, I had to make them myself. But it's a good little thing to have on the side of the desk when you're just wanting to do, I know it's upside down, but quick turnarounds and things like that. So it's quite good. I got that. I do have a digital copy. I've got 2 digital copies, and I might give them away. And you have them in game, and they pop down. I'm not interested in pop-ups and checklists in game, so they're free to a good home, but not today. And then yeah, I got Cardiff and Hanover. I actually just wanted Hanover. I didn't want Cardiff. And to be fair, the price I paid, I probably could have just bought it online. But inside, you got the code. What else do you get inside? You got this blue remove before flight thing. 30% off code. And you get some stickers in there as well. And this is quite kind of neat. I don't know if it'll show up on the camera. I'll try. I could show the code anyway because I've already used it, but it's like a little plane charm. So I can hang that off of something. Oh well, you could have bought the physical copy. You could have bought the physical copy. I'll be honest, I'm not entirely sure how much I'd use it, but it's something nice to have. And that's it. That's all I bought. That's all I bought off the shop floor. But the Soulfly guys were nice. It was the guy who does. There's one other thing I'll talk about since we're talking about Soulfly. 2 seconds. Get my box of tricks in here. There we are. If somebody wants to look up the VA hardware, the little box, and I'll show that on screen. But honor to go work, thank God. Nice. Ollie, hello, good evening to you, buddy. You all right? VA systems. Now, I'll say this thing for them this year. They're the same. Oh my God, I can't get the words out. I'll say the same thing this year as I said last year. I have no fucking clue what they do. Something about rogue stickers. Got plenty of stickers this year. Yeah, something like checklists and activities and stuff like that. I don't really get it. But the point about these guys is Soulfly, one of the guys who work for them, does software for Soulfly, and that's their mum and dad. And I was speaking to the mum and dad. They're from Bristol. They were peddling all the Soulfly stuff. Quite nice. I thought the booth was a little bit quiet for what they were offering with their physical stuff. It seemed to be quite good. So, yeah, give Soulfly maybe a wee check out. But the website's terrible, but it's just difficult to navigate, and the software itself is terrible to navigate around. It old school. Download this and then just copy it over, and they got a separate app to configure it. And sorry, FS Elite. Sorry, you're right. FS Elite. Good shout. Thank you. Not these guys. Then I'll come back to these guys. Then FS Elite. That's right. Thank you. Thank you for putting me right. I never stopped by FS Elite. They look quiet as well, but then they were mostly just selling stuff, and I think then going around the shop floor looking at other bits. But over to VA systems, they gave away this year. So last year it was the Concorde, which Emma won. Not nice. Not nice. I've got my own now. Emma won that, so that was good. And then this year they did the 747 with the shuttle on top. And of course, somebody won it straight away this year. Last year, they pulled names out of a million names before somebody came up. So there you go. But something about this that is good and bad. And I'm going to show you if I can get it up. That's what she said. Okay, so when I looked up VA hardware, it literally came up with Company's House. VA systems. Let's see if we can get the hardware side of it. Panel. In-game panel, no. I cannot find it. Virtual airline hardware. Okay, there we go. So virtual airline systems. It doesn't. The website doesn't even work. That's a good start. There we go. Right, here we go. So this thing here, it's a conundrum. It is a conundrum. So what this is designed to do, it's designed to show you Flight Radar 24 for one flight. Okay, think of it that way. That's the easiest comparison I can give you. You've got your Flight Radar 24, you want to track a flight. So I don't even know how you load it up onto this thing, but you load it up onto this thing, it tracks one flight, and you can configure multiple different, there's all the different widgets that you can put on there, right? Now, this is where the conundrum comes in. What would you use that for? Realistically, what would you use it for? It's not like it can be a piece of art. You're sitting on the side of your desk tracking a flight. Okay. Well, see, I don't think I've really got to my conundrum yet, because I don't understand what you would do. He says the reason why he got it. Well, Cav, I'm going to compare it to yours. Don't worry, I'll get there, and I'll show you the difference between the two. And I'm not being biased when I come out with it. But this thing here is a screen there where it tells you your flight, a flight that you want to track from A to Z. Now, he said he came up with this idea because his dad would always go flying, or he used to always go flying, and he used to go, oh, I don't know when your flight's due to come in, yada, yada, yada. Right, okay, yeah, okay. Well, why don't you just get Flight Radar 24? It's free, right? Everybody's got a phone. It's free. Get it. You can pay to get it if you want as well, to get some more information, but it's basic. It's free. Okay. You got to go after this. It's just not because you're about to slag me off. Okay. Well, his dad was there peddling it, so I don't know. So that's the idea of it, right? That is the idea of what it's supposed to do. This is where the real confusion about their business model comes into play. You have to pay every single time you want to look up a flight, okay? So you buy these coins, think of it that way, tokens, whatever you want to call it. And for every flight you get, there's about, I don't know the denomination, let's just say 5 coins per flight, and you pay £5 to get 25 coins. So you can look up, so many flights, you can look up 5 flights or whatever, and then you got to buy more tokens for it. I don't see the point. I've got to pay every time I want to see a flight on this little screen when I can just look it up on my phone. Now, what I was going to say is the comparison to Cav, what you've got is you have a board of an airport. And in that board, all the little lights are moving around, showing either VATSIM or real live traffic, moving around ... And maybe it does. And the point of that is you can see things moving around in real time. It's fine. You can see multiple planes, and it's different, right? It's on a PCB board. So it's a combination of cool, quirky electronics and what I like to class as art. Now, Cav, I don't know if you wanted to try and peddle it as art, but I always said to you that I think that is an art piece that if you could somehow get it in a frame, wired up, get it in it. Bob, hello. Good evening to you, my friend. How's it going? You all right? Tenant Bob in the house. Another good guy that I met out there. You all right? How's it going? So does yours have free data, Cav? So that's the bit I didn't know. So the difference between Cav and him was Cav's was I think you had to pay, was it monthly or something? And then you got the information. This guy, I mean, you had to pay the coins and do it. So I think it's nice. The device, see the LCD screen on it. It was very nice. Yeah, I know, right? So yeah, I'm glad you got a lift there. Bob had said to me, "Oh, should I get a lift?" And I was like, "Yes, go for it. Don't pass up this opportunity." So especially after the shit that I went through to get back home, and I'll get onto that at some point. But yeah, no, this thing is a nice idea. But what they should have done, which they said they're thinking about doing, is an airport departure board. Now that I would think about buying. If they had an airport departure board that showed your local airport and you could tap into it through the data and charge whatever you want there, say £5 a month, £10, I'd fucking pay that. I'd pay that. Put that up in a frame on my wall, get that on there. This device, no need for it. So your one is to purchase the hardware and then use it for free. If you want a faster refresh rate, the subscription is 5 minutes. See? Perfect. You just need to get the price down. I know your difficulties on it, to be fair. I know the difficulties that you've had with it. How did you like the Tesla, Bob? It was very nice, wasn't it? Was he showing off? Was he talking to you whilst turning around in the back? Was it hammers down the motorway? That wasn't scary at all. So I wish them all their best endeavors. I just don't think this is going to work. So that was a little bit love that, brilliant. So that was the off tangent from the swag, right? From the swag. But Arnav, so just before Cav goes, Cav, I don't know if you sell them anymore, but go over to Cav's thing. If he is selling them, buy them. His little PCB boards, they are really nice. I've not got one because he's too fucking expensive, but there you go. And he doesn't have Edinburgh. I don't want to look at Innsbruck. No, it's a good idea. I like it. I like it. Ah, right. Where was I? Where was I? My light locked out the auto drive for the last hour. Oh, yes. Sorry. You were talking about your. Were you actually trying to go back to the future and that speed at 88 miles per hour? Swag. We're now halfway through it, so we can now look at swag. We're not even halfway through. We just got up to Friday. We haven't even got up to Saturday. Well, we have, I suppose. Light. What light? I can't remember what. Maybe I talked about a light and I can't remember. Or you're talking to Jeff. I don't know. One of the two. I still look shit. Right. What did we get? So I got so many things. So first of all, we all got. Oh, right. Oh, swag. The light thing. Yeah, that worked. We got a bag. We all got a standard bag. Last year we got a bag. We got it had FSExpo on it. And then it's got all this one. So it's nice having a yellow bag this year, even though this is my second year, so I've not really got much to compare it against. So I got a couple of them. And I do have 2 of everything, but they've already been taken, so don't ask. Sim Market mugs. See, have I got last year's one? Hold on. I do have last year's one. Hold on a second. I think last year's one was better. Oh my god. It's not that far away. Jesus Christ, this chair is so bad. This was last year. Now, this was, to be fair, this was given at the captain's dinner, so it's maybe why it was a little bit better. But you can see last year's Sim Market mug. That's interesting. You don't see Sim Market there. You see Orbix and Contrail. The Contrail guy was a bit funny, but yeah, and not haha funny. Odd. But this one, bit dull. I've got a million mugs, so that'll just be using for collecting pens. Oh, Jeff, don't even get me started. I've got a trillion. I have to throw them out. I'm like, I have to move like this. One comes in, one comes out. I have so many. Pens. Talk about having so many. I've still got all last year's one. Look at all this. Now, granted, there is 2 of everything because I said I'm giving some to Cav, but let's just go through all of our pens. That's why I didn't take one. Yeah, it'd be interesting to actually, when I put this into my FSExpo shit box. Yeah. So, there you go. And it builds, it's a rubber pen. It's quite nice, actually. Quite nice. One of the very few pens that doesn't have like a wee fucking stylus thing on the back of it. Light panel pen. Prick rat. Does a job. This one I like. Scalarchy one. You know, expensive hardware. That is actually quite a nice pen. It's not heavy though, but it feels nice. Scalarchy. That's one of the. It's got a little rubber bit on top. Who else has got a pen? Oh, this one's actually proper wrapped up. They thought ahead, not getting ink everywhere. PMDG, our good old friends at PMDG. There we go. It's pretty much. You know what? They must have gone to the same person. It's exactly the same as the Scalarchy one, but a different color. They must have said, you know, old Robert must have gone, oh, Scalarchy, yeah. Well, where did you get your pens from? I'd like to get the same. You need to start paying. I just like, give me all your pens. PMDG, what's this one? Jetstream Designs, very basic pen. Very basic. Nothing special about that one. And then the last pen I got. This is nice. This is one that's actually different. Italiano. Somebody I did not expect to see this year. Mad Dog pen. Leonardo. Did not expect it. They weren't there last year, and their products have been out for a million years. But their pen is actually really quite classy. Not many pens you see going around like that, do you? Very nice. Very nice. Look at us creaming over pens. Jesus. Or me, anyway. So that was good. So that's the pen swag. What else did we get? Oh, the tags. The tags. Yeah, you know what? That is... The Leonardo pen is quite nice, to be fair. I've dropped one already, so that Cav can have the one that's broken. Oh, very nice. Thing is, they're so close to FSExpo that I just don't have time to go travel down to it. But I hope to go down at some point. That would be nice. That would be nice. Right, here we go. So, there we go. Remove before flight, feelthere.com. Feel There. Whoa, do I want to start a rant about Feel There? I don't really, but they're selling. So they're obviously pitching their tower simulator. Nothing wrong with that. This is a bit of software. It's great. I'm not a fan of Feel There's software. I think it's always a bit crap. But I wanted to look at this tower simulator. And I was speaking quite a bit to the guy who was trying to pitch, the streamer that was sitting up there. And then I went on Steam to buy it. £40. That's for the base game. And then they've got 40 or so other airports at about 15 quid each. Nope. Not for me. I'm sorry. And on sale, it goes down to 20. That's still, but it's still, no. That's ridiculous. 40 fucking quid. Are you kidding me? I'd rather buy an airport scenery. Oh, you work for, so do you work for, I say real Leonardo, the defense contractor? I applied for a job with them as a Scrum Master before I managed to dodge my redundancy package. Yeah, I've got a friend who I've got a friend who works for Leonardo. He makes, he actually makes PCB boards for him. So that's quite good up in Edinburgh. Would you rather buy a Feel There airport seat? No. I got a Feel There. Which ones did I buy? This is before I realized they were shit. I got Vegas, LaGuardia, maybe got a third, and they are poor. It's just, if anybody else is thinking, oh, I might buy that Feel There, it's on sale. Do not. Down to Somerset. Nice. Yeah, I tried to get a job there. It's not good enough. Navigraph. Good on Navigraph. Those guys had some banter. That's not the only Navigraph thing I got. Those guys. So I was sitting there talking to them. So I take it you've all seen what Navigraph are bringing out. So this is where you can now plan your route when you're on the ground. It looks okay. It's a little bit fiddly. It's not automatic. When I say it's not automatic, I mean you can point it to A to B and it will do a route for you. But we did it at Heathrow, which is one of the more complex ones, and it did not put down the right. It put me on B when I was taxing to 27, when it should be alpha. And of course, if you get routing from ATC, you still have to do it yourself. Great idea, though. I really like it. But we were talking for ages, me and an Irish guy, and then and a Swedish boy, both of them from Navigraph. And we were just talking about the workplace in general and Guinness and getting pissed. So what else can you expect? It was great. And then we did a little quiz. So if you were there, you had a chance to win something. And it was like a bowl, and it had bits of paper in it, and it had airport codes on it. And I must have gone about through 5 of them before I could even get one right. And it was stupid ones like L53 and TTPP. I finally got Savannah. So that worked. And then the prize was an oven glove. There you go, barbecue. I don't know what's up with Navigraph when it comes to giving away free stuff. Because last year they gave away an apron. So I suggested next year they give the other glove away because they only had one, which is what? The right hand. So if they give away the left hand, I can now have a full barbecue. Barbecue on behalf of Navigraph. That's something, right? What's this one? Plain English. I don't know who this is. I think this is an AI thing. I like how they all have. Oh, this one has simulate before flight. Oh, different. Yeah, I think this is an AI guy. Something like that. I think I saw it on there, took it. Don't know who they were. Never even spoke to them. What guy, eh? What a guy. What a guy. Some Navigraph shinies. They're nice. Some stickers there. Stickers galore. Loads of stickers. And in the last bit before we move on, the light. There you go, Bob. Just look into your eyes, sir, please. To see if you've been drinking tonight. This is from Hype. I have no idea. Again, I'd probably just use my phone light. Oh, actually, that might work tonight when I go clear out the wasp's nest. Right, so that's the first part of our swag. Yeah, we'll move on later. So what else? So that took us up to, I guess, the end of the expo on Saturday. And then what else did we do? What did we do after that, Jeff? No, was it Friday? We did the escape room. I know I'm jumping back a bit. That escape room was great. That was a lot of fun. That escape room. My first time I've done one. First time I did an escape room. Never knew what to do, and then it suddenly just like clicks, and you're like, oh, yeah, okay, this is the code to the bomb shelter. But it was like a presidential bomb thing, you know. He's decided to set off all the nukes, and we, of course, being sane humans, have to stop him from doing that. So, yeah. Yours didn't work, Bob. Oh, shit. Just trying to see if you can take it. Oh, it's screwed down. You'd have to take the screws off. You'd literally, there's no way to get a battery out of it. Yeah, we missed the captain's dinner. I wanted to do the escape room. I also wanted to go to the captain's dinner. But I think I did enough networking through the rest of the event through the karaoke. So Saturday. Was there something we did before that? No, Saturday was on Sunday night, wasn't it? No, hold on. When was the X-Rave? The food wasn't as good. The food wasn't as good as Vegas. I thought the food was pretty shit last year, to be honest with you. Not gonna lie. Hotel food. Oh well. What about the prizes? Did you hear about the prizes? Cake was great. Oh, that's good then. As long as I go home on good cake. Yeah, the X-Rave. Yeah, so again, we're kind of rewinding a little bit. At least I've got my X-Plane badge. My only X-Plane product I will ever own. Well, we'll see. We'll see how things go. But yeah. That was not my cup of tea. I'm not a raver. No, I thought I might have been. At least they had free pinball. I'll give it that. But this thing, Jeff's like, or Emma's like, it was Emma. 3 pickle shots. I've never heard of a pickle shot before. Now I thought it was something like a Jaeger bomb or Baby Guinness. If you don't know what a Baby Guinness is, it's like coffee liqueur. No, it's coffee. Like, was it not Tia Maria? Kahula? One of the two. And then on top, it's like an Irish cream, right? Looks like a Guinness, but it's no Guinness in it, and you shot it back. So I thought, yeah, the pickleback shot. Thank you, pickleback shot. Yep, pickleback. What's pickleback? Is that what the juice is called? Pickleback. Anyway, whilst he's typing that out. It was a shot of Jameson and then a shot of effectively fucking pickle juice. It was disgusting. It was genuinely disgusting. And I've got a party here tomorrow because it's my staying party, not my leaving party anymore. Well, you could call it a leaving party. I'm leaving the department that I'm in, going to a new department. But I'll not be serving that shit up. I'll do the Jaeger, the baby Guinness. But that pickleback, that should be stricken from the record. And you clearly know about it. So it must be an American thing. And ever since I had that pickleback, I was followed by pickles the rest of the trip. Everywhere I went, there was somebody selling pickles. I like a pickle. I like pickleback juice. Fuck. It's like a Guinness with a whiskey back. The back is a shot that you have to have. Oh, right. Okay, well, we don't call that that. That'll be why. We just chaser, innit? Either way, should be banned. Should be banned. So that was Saturday night. X-ray, and then good pinball, free, and then bed. Did the show on Saturday, and it just feels like everything's out of order. Not the way I'm telling it, but you know the events that we all went to, and then the expo hadn't even really started yet. Yeah, did that on Saturday, and then in the evening on Saturday we had karaoke. I'm right in thinking that? That was great. That was, yeah, Chaser. Okay. That karaoke was great. And I'm looking forward to the videos and the pictures that both Moose and Rob going to, because of course Jeff and Bob, you were both there, so you know what I'm talking about. You were obviously in the room. I was in the other room for most of the time when I came through, and the time obviously went by like that because we were having such a great time. But oh man, those kids in the bar, Jesus Christ, they don't know how to sing. You think somebody with a younger voice would know how to sing, right? Christ, they were screeching it down. Was that front room just like anybody can turn up? You just come to the bar and you can, if you get a chance, you can sing, and then the rooms themselves are the private. But it was good. And I'm so glad that, excuse me, I'm burping there. I'm just getting to remember walking down the street with with Jeff going, he shit down my back. He shit down my back. It was making me laugh the other day as well when I was sitting here in the house. Catherine's like, what are you laughing at? After I did the burp, and I went, oh, it was just this guy. You, Jeff, you've heard of Jeff. Was like talking about how I'd shat down his back. I put shit down his back, sorry, when I did that burp. Oh, God. It was funny, more funnier than it was, to be fair. It should have been. But yeah, that karaoke night was great. It was really good. And I'm really glad I got a chance to do that Bohemian Rhapsody at the end, because it was... it wasn't, it was shit. You said he burped shit down my back. My back's covered in shit. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh, it just shows you how fun it is. Yeah, I managed to. I'm glad we got to do Bohemian Rhapsody at the end, and we all got a laugh out of it. And that was it for one night. That was it. Expo floor the next again day. A bit quieter than the first. What have I got photos of? Any more photos? Might have more photos of other stuff that we did. Hold on. Oh, I do have a karaoke shot. But it was at the start, so I'm not entirely sure if you were there, Bob, at that point. We did Bohemian Rhapsody. We did at the end. Moose should have the video. Sorry, don't know where I'm going. Here we go. You did Bohemian. You did it already. Oh fuck! You did it twice. Oh, that's not good for me. The end was a little fuzzy. Oh god, Bob, did you guys do it earlier on as well? Oh shit! It's nothing worse than doing the same song twice at karaoke. Right. So that was the group at the beginning. Big Josh. I tell you something. He's a big lad, isn't he? Him and Treetop. Yeah, both of them in the same room that took up half the room. My word, what genes they've have. Hey, David. Good afternoon. Good evening. I did Bohemian Rhapsody in this room. When I sketched along at the end, I quickly did Bohemian Rhapsody in this room, but seemingly it was done twice. But yeah, Bob, I bet you were freaking out when as you said there were so many people in that room. Fucking hell, the fire code, shit. Yeah. A lot of streaming legends in that shot. I mean, 50% of the legend was behind the camera, right? You mostly forgot as well. So hold on. Anomus, I met Boozy when I was there. It's the first time I met Boozy. Is JPC, is that the guy that you do the club with? I forgot. I don't know who Melvin is. I don't know who Forder is. And of course, I know who Fox is. So many drinks. Did you have loads of drinks? I need to figure out who not shown Jitsuka, Foxtrot, and me. It's true. JPC's in the corner. Yeah, he runs the virtual flying club with you. Yeah, he's a good guy. Oh, does he run it with you? I don't know, actually. Does he? Yeah, he does. He was a nice guy. Picked up most of the tab, or at least some of the tab anyway, for dinner. He's the leader. Okay. Well, it's good that you're not the leader then. Then you do no flying. Melvin's to his left. Right, that's Melvin. Okay, right. Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, right. I know who Melvin is now. I mean, I didn't know by the name. I mean, I'm still catching up with the American streaming side. I'm still catching up. I made so much more connections this year, as I said, than I did last year. So it's really good. Yeah, that's cool. That is really cool. Like, you know, you've got the guy singing the company store. Hats off to him, man. Hats off. He was not. He was. That was one of those times where we said that the tempo was moving slower than the song should be sung. But yeah, you know, hats off to him. And I knew he wasn't feeling comfortable doing it at the beginning. Good stuff. Good stuff. Oh, I may have a short video. Hope Moose doesn't know I've caught this. Oh, you were about to say something there, Jeff. Yeah, I know who. I just said Fox then, but I know who he is. Yeah, you were off to get a drink. You were saying something at the end there. I can't remember. Was that what you were saying? I feel like I'm just gonna imagine you saying, "I feel like passing out." Yeah, that was I did not expect that song to come out. I'll tell you that. I did not expect. I feel like something. I feel like dancing. I'm gonna dance the night away. Yeah, I did not expect that song to come out, which was great. Well, okay, now we are on to day two. This piece of kit, man. If I didn't want full form factor, you feel like you need a drink. Go for it. In fact, am I? Oh, I've still got a little bit of cider left. This is a slog. How long? 2 hours. 2 hours on the nose. I'm glad you're not watching one of my flights. What are you talking? Are you saying who grows to this or the cider? Because both are nice. But no, this is very interesting because this is obviously the small form factor. And I'll be honest, it's a very good idea. It is very expensive. You're talking quite a few grand per piece on this airliner shit. Of course. of course. You, what's wrong with you? No, I get it. Everyone's their own. I'm the same. Like G8, I'm just like I can't get my. I don't go like I don't lie. It's just it's not. I can't get my head around it. To be fair, but I can get it. The airliners can get boring. To be fair, A to Z or A to Z, A to B, and up and down. However, this is good. This is a nice, nifty little bit. It covers a full Airbus. Oh, there we go. A full Airbus panel. All the panels, you don't really see it very well there, but every single bit has been captured in this piece of kit. Even a tiny little side stick, which, I mean, that was all metal, to be fair. That's pretty good. So this is a lot of cash. This was a hell of a lot of cash. I mean, I think you're talking about that bit there is probably like $5,000 alone. But you can fit the whole fucking thing on your desk. Now, for me, I'd buy that, to be honest with you. The overhead panel, that's worth it. Here, you can get a full-sized wing for a fraction of the price, and it can still sit on your desk, or a mini FCU. But I think it was good. All the buttons really tactile. Lighting was beautiful. And no 3D printed shit. They might have had something on the back plate that was 3D printed, to be fair. But metal, hard plastics, it was nice, but not for me. And clearly not for Jeff. Oh, that was just a Stream Deck. I didn't understand what they were doing there with that Stream Deck because they were making like a square metal panel. So I don't know if you could fit it into something, but a Stream Deck is plastic and it comes with like a little stand and all that. So I don't really know what they were trying to achieve there. Nate Wolf, I couldn't remember. Couldn't remember, so I had to take a picture of his thing. So if you don't already follow Nate, there you go. You've got that now. There's a little shout out for him. What was this? Oh, this was the company that made the little models. So if you didn't realize, so the whole way through the expo, they were trying to give hints at where the next expo was. And at the end there, Jeff, when you were on the, I think you already knew this anyway, but when you were on the stall, myself, Gemma, oh my God. I've not even drunk. I've had 2 ciders. Me, Emma, David, you were with us as well. We all were just trying to go around. And Emma had some good ideas. She thought Atlanta because it was the only sign above that had Coke, whilst everything else kind of was local businesses. So we thought, Atlanta, Coca-Cola. But then that wasn't on the list. And then we were just making random guesses now. Oh, is it Miami because there's a picture of a tower there or whatever, which actually it wasn't. It was Fields There's just generic 3D tower. But we did think maybe it's something to do with the 3D models. And if we just pushed that a little bit more, we would have cracked it because it was Minneapolis. These guys are pretty good. They make things that sit on top of your, what are they called? Cockpit crafters. They make stuff that sit on top of your Alpha and your Bravo. So this bit here, I think Jamie was asking, that's why I took a picture of it. It's like a metal bar. So you can put it on top of your Honeycomb Bravo and then mount it underneath your desk with the G-clamps that come with it. And there's a bracket that you can put on top of your Alpha, so you can put like a screen or a touch screen, and then you can put things either side for tablets and all sorts of shit you can add it on. This little thing here is made by a guy who was next. It's like a full cockpit. I never actually stopped. He was there last year. He was there this year with the same shit. This is one guy I was mentioning. I said to him, one of the guys in my Discords asked about this, and that's why I'm taking a picture. I think it's really good. It's proper metals, no plastic. He's like, how many people have you got in your Discord? I'm like, nobody. I'm a small time guy. I've got nothing. Not like these big boys. And he was like, well, what I could do is I could sell to you a bunch of these, and then you could sell them on. I'm like, so you just want me to peddle your shit, mate? It's like, no thanks, not interested. So that was funny, but he was not interested in speaking to me about trying to learn more about the product. Every time somebody came up to potentially buy like the little mount for this, he was just on to them. Even though there was a couple of people there to sell it, he was more interested in people who were actually buying their stuff. So fuck you. Not fuck you though, David. That was just, you just happened to appear next on screen. So there's David. He's getting his picture taken with I love BVD. I thought that sign was pretty cool, given that that's the code for the airport. But that wasn't because of Flight Sim. That is there anyway. So David got his picture there. Who's this handsome chap? In fact, is that you in the back, Bob? No, it's not. Sorry, don't take offense. I just thought from far away I thought it was you. I did not notice that graffiti. There's me. There's the guy. All blue. Oh, I was matching. Look at that. Talk about style. Talk about style. I've got the Nike Airs with the Nike Air shorts, the blue badge, Converse socks. Okay, right. But still, yeah. Oof. you can see the shit with them. So the story behind that was, and if you'd seen it in the Discord, the day after, oh my god, look at my legs. What the fuck's going on there, old man? I was going through the mall, and there was this shoe shine dude. Now he obviously does trainers as well, and I was walking along. And I had walked past him by this point. All I heard was, "Hey, sir, sir, sir," and I'm like, and I was properly like 100 feet away by this point, and he's still shouting. I'm like, this fucker talking to me. And I turned around and he's like, "Yeah, you come here." And I'm like, and then I knew what he wanted. He wanted to shine my shoes, obviously, because look at them. They're only slightly dirty. But these are my shit shoes. I mean, I'm wearing them now. These are my shit shoes. And he wanted to obviously, there you go. See, beautifully clean. Beautiful. You can't see that very well. I don't know why I'm showing you my shoes. It's not that kind of channel. Oh, I did not mean to press that. There we go. Look. Beautiful. Look, that's not dirty at all. There's no airport grime on those. No grime from escalators walking through parks. Anyway. Wrong one. He calls me out and goes, "Hey, man. Hey, come here. I got something to tell you." I'm like, I'm not interested. He goes, "Hey, you know your shoes are filthy." I'm like, what? I was like, fucking hell, man. What a selling tactic. What a selling tactic. Calling me out for my shoes. And it wasn't like, "Hey, you know your shoes are filthy. Maybe I should clean them." He was like proper rough about it. He says, he may as well have just said, "Hey man, you know your shoes are fucking disgusting." That's pretty much what he was like. Cake. Oh, Jesus. So that it didn't have any rubber on him by that point. Or on me. We'll come to that. Oh my god. Yeah, multiple pictures. Thanks, David. That's a really bad, shaky shot. There we go. So there were the towers that I was talking about. Is it this one? It's one of these towers. I think it's this one, Minneapolis. For next year. That's some nice little towers. I wonder what they did with them. Evan's probably got them on his mantelpiece. So there we go. Minneapolis. Who's all going next year? Show of hands, please. I'll do this because maybe I'm going. I'd like to go, but I also want to go to Japan. So, before we move on, raise the hands, raise it. Good. St. Paul River Centre. June the 12th to 14th, though, that does help me out, though. Forget about the other stuff. That is actually quite good because it means I can still do birthdays and stuff for the kids. Okay, so what else did I get for the expo before we wrap up with other stuff that we did? Well, Indie Builds gave this really I'm going to go back to the full screen. I normally have my loop deck queued up, but I've gone and changed all my settings, so there we go. Minus 264 free, 8 free, so I don't have my glasses on. I could be coming down quite hard tomorrow, I'll tell you that. Saturday, ooh. Right, I've got the party tomorrow's Friday, so well, I might be streaming on Saturday. Depends. Last time I had the party, I was shaking for 2 days, and I didn't stream then. So, you won't get any points today, I'm afraid, because we're not streaming. But I'll do a mental thing, and I'll tell you what. I'll remember that. I'll load up Valanta, and I'll tell you what my last landing rate was. And then we get all something. So, any build, I have no idea what's in here. It's quite suspicious. I don't know if it's a wet towel or a condom. And if it's a condom, the performance is probably pretty bad then if it's from any builds. So there we go. This eye cloth. Now, people were talking about this eye cloth last year. So it looks like it's a cleaning wipe. They said it's really good. I'd be interested to see if it is actually good or not. What else did we get? Oh, stickers galore. Stickers. So many stickers. Orbit stickers. So many Orbit stickers. I think they did this. Have I got my pad? I don't have my pad. It's the same stickers as last year, so that wasn't interesting. Any builds card. Free 15% off the free 50. It's probably not enough. Yeah, I heard people saying that they had boxes, and some people saying that they were that good, they actually started buying them and using them. So, hey, you never know. What other stickers we get? Well, we got X-Plane, the only flight simulator developer person to actually turn up. Funny that Microsoft didn't show up, eh? I wonder why. What else have we got here? You still have boxes of them unopened? See, I don't like using my stuff that I get from Expo. I just literally keep them in a box and that's it. I might use some of the stickers, but I've got so many stickers. And any builds lanyard, it is a pretty shit lanyard. To be fair, it is pretty shit. It is thin. It is bad. There's a trend coming on here, right? There's a trend. I do like any builds, but there's a trend. What have we got? What other stickers we've got? Parallel 42. So Parallel 42, I don't know if I actually got a picture of myself in that plane, which is really, really upsetting, actually. Because that was a nice little plane. But I had a good speak with the guy there. And he... Do I have his card? I don't have his card. I did have his card. Oh well, that's a shame. He'll be here somewhere. So I was talking to him quite a bit, and we're actually talking about, funny enough, any build. And he's saying there that, yeah, listen, if somebody wants to make a pack for different tires for all different types of aircraft and choose to charge $4,000 for it, then yeah, they can do it. There's people out there that'll just fucking charge for anything, and it's true. There's people who charge for aircraft skins. Why would you do that when you can go to flightsim.to? Anybody who I'm sorry, but if you pay anybody here that pays for a skin for their aircraft, why? I don't understand why. Explain to me why you do. Making one's different and spending the money to make one, but buying a skin? Come on, this is not Call of Duty Warzone. You don't need to buy skins. Jeff will make them for you for free. So I was talking to him and he gave me his card. He said that if I ever wanted to display any of their stuff, to give him a shout, any of their products, kind of like Parallel 42. But I said to them, that, again, I'm small time. I'm not really interested. I'm small time, so I don't have the viewer base or the following for them to be interested. And he's like, well, that's not true. We look at people's ethos rather than how many followers they've got. So I'm definitely not going to get a chance in now. I've not got a good ethos, I tell you that. They'll probably watch the start of this and go, oh, Dad Freeze, I'm back. They'll probably look at the start of this and go, this guy's not good. Don't speak to him. Jeff, it's not an Xbox game, right? Let's get this right. Not an Xbox game. It's at least a Steam Deck game. More stickers from... Got shurikens. Oh, got 3. We're all stuck together. Shurikens from Navigraph. They're good. Take an eye out. What else? Oh, Cav's not here. Moby Flight stickers. That's one thing I'm interested. Why Spad never has a booth? We got Les going around, you know, spouting shit. Why is he not got a booth? Missing out. Random PMDG. I don't know which way it goes. This way? This way? PMDG. Oh, hold on. It goes, oh, this way. There you go. PMDG. I said that weird. And then I've got like a million other PMDG stickers that I just like swallowed up. These guys must be going, oh, what's this boy doing? Stealing all our merchandise. So I got a 737 sticker. We all love 737. That's another one. Their new 741. I won't be getting that. Too analog for me. Jeff might like it. 777. The 300, but not the 200. Another one, 737. I think that's all they had, to be fair. 741, 777. Christ, I've got, how many have I got? Fucking hell. I really did steal some stuff here. No Navigraph one, but that has Expo 2025 on it. That's quite nice. Hangar 713 Studios. Don't know who they are. That's almost all my stickers. Any builds? They actually look like Bethesda. Any builds stealing other people's ideas again. Flight panels. We've seen all this stuff. That's really about it. More indie builds. This one, GD. It's like a car sticker. Don't know who they are. Just found it lying around, so took it. Oh, this one. You know what? I saw this booth and I felt sorry for them. Oh, they make boost plates for Xbox. I think I did hear about them, to be fair, but I obviously don't use them. Yeah, so this was a booth that looked, I don't know, I passed it a couple of times and I don't know what they were trying to peddle. I don't know if they were a group or they were selling software, but there was a bunch of guys. They all looked really stupid and lame, but there was this virtual flying USA. You saw this one coming, didn't you? The virtual USA flying cob sticker. Got a couple of them. Oh, there we go. And I got, actually, to be fair, your pin, I do like your pin. It's a very nice pin. It's actually upstairs. I don't have it on me right now. It's still on my lanyard for the thing. But is it the only pin? It might have been the only pin this year, you know, Jeff. It can't be. Last year there was a fair few pins. You weren't supposed to give those to idiots? Well, yeah, I think, I'll be honest, I think you did, as far as I could see, you were the only one that did a pin. Yay. At least you had something. And then this is the room key for the hotel. Pretty good. FS Reborn. Get a discount. It's quite nice. Something to keep. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I got a lot of pins. I got the one that flashed Vegas last year. A couple of other ones in shapes of planes and things like that. But I'm pretty sure I did not see any other pins this year from you. Oh, and I got this as well, sorry. Oh, we haven't talked about the trip back home yet. This is a sick bag. A sick bag. Interesting. I do like the idea of a sick bag. And this is from Honeycomb. And I believe this is a plane. You know, like those little ones you put together, styrofoam, and then you fly it. A discount code. If anybody wants anything from Honeycomb, let me know. I've got a discount code for 15% off. That's just a brochure. And of course, another bag tag thing. Honeycomb. This literally just says Honeycomb, though. It's not remove before flight. That everyone seems to do. That's it for the swag, I believe. If you want, let me know if you want to get the digital version of the Checklist Pro, which appears in panel, and it has, you know, hundreds of planes to do a short checklist from. Xbox only, i.e. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 and 24, I think. Don't hold me to that. But for Microsoft Flight Simulator, I do have one, maybe two codes. So let me know, hit me on Discord, and I can give you those codes because I will never use them. I got one when I bought the physical copy, and then I found a random card like in my bag, so they must be giving them away as well. That doesn't bode well, but it's been out for a while, so that was the swag. As I said, I don't think the swag was as impressive as we had seen in previous years. Oh no, that's my flight one. There we go. Cool. So that is next year. Riverboat tour. Oh, there we go. There's Bob again, showing up everywhere. So this was all right. This was hard in terms of the weather. The weather. It was good. Quite a lot of good stuff to hear about the city of Provence. Don't ask me what these things are because I've already forgotten. That's a boat, though. I do know that's a boat. I tell you something. You guys got some big ass tugboats. It's nowhere near as big as the one. I mean, it doesn't look that big, but it was pretty fucking big. I don't know if that's a one-off or what. The Reliance. That's a gas-powered power plant. Yep, as you do. I was trying to get something that looked aesthetic with the light and the sun showing behind it, but on a phone, it didn't work out. Nope, Lemma. So I've called her Gemma, and I've called her Lemma, so that's going well. Emma's looking happy there, looking at something. Side of Jeff's head. Providence downtown. It's the other boat. The other boat never got to go out as far as we did because they were behind us, so my money was well spent. Got on the right boat there. Oh, more swag. That was like kind of just rounding off again, sending a picture to Cav saying, got some more for you. So this is me, right? Hold on. Which way is the camera? It is me. You can see the resemblance, right? You can see the resemblance. Yeah, so this one. Yeah, I have to have been. Don't ask. This was like a meme back then, so don't even ask me. But this was when I was has to be 18 or 19. Now I'm just going to zip away just to check what the next photo was. Oh, I don't have the. Oh, I don't have the full photo, Jeff, for some reason. Well, oh, that's annoying. I thought I did. Anyway, so the reason why was we went go-karting in the evening. Now that was funny. The go-karting was it was fun, and yeah, $73. I did double check that. That's expensive, but that was fun. But when I came off the go-karting, there was a podium, and I did that face, and Jeff sent me the picture. But then this popped up in my anniversary photo thing, and it was almost instant that I had to post the 18-year gap of my demise. Or I should say decline. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I was hot. I was hot. And then I started working and I spent all my money on food. So it's not even kids. It's not even married life. It's paycheck. Yeah, I know where it is. Hold on. I can get on here. It just hasn't saved to my cloud. WhatsApp. I'll just have to do it so you can't actually see the chat. Because there's pictures there of Jeff showing me things that are not public, like things that would probably make you sick. So let me find the phone. Cav just sent me something that's quite funny. Where's the chat? Hooligans. There it is. The photo. Okay, that's me. That's a lobster. That's them in the car. That's the Back to the Future. Where is it? Christ, it's miles up. Sorry, I'm just getting the photo of that references this. Okay, I think, yeah. So this was the photo. This is like the full photo, I guess, of happens to all of us. Yeah, I know. No, I don't have the app itself because it kept spamming me. So I just did it. If you go onto the About page, there's a Discord link in there, Bob. I don't think I've got the tag set up. But yeah, me and my orange shoes. I love that. I just got those shoes. They're amazing. But yeah, I did. Yeah, it's not a good look, is it? Thanks, Jeff. It is not a good look. But it's funny. I did used to be hot. That's crap. There's my beautiful shoes that we're talking about. My beautiful shoes that were getting slagged off. Nothing wrong with them. Oh, the final meal. The final meal. You could not get any better than this. That clam chowder again. They had, to be fair, it had a big chewy bit in it, but that clam chowder. Ooh, and then that lobster roll. Honestly, I think that ruined me for the rest of the day because lobster. I've got my windows open. I think that ruined me because I had that business class flight and I just was not hungry even after it was delayed. And I did not want to eat on that plane. But albeit the food was shit. Yeah, that was good. And that fish sandwich good that you had, the big massive one?
That's what she said.
Too slow on these tonight. I'm too slow. Yeah, that looked big. It was amazing. Yeah. I tell you something. There was nothing out of track 15 that was bad. Everything was good. Other than the text messages coming out. That was bad. But this every piece of food was amazing. Oh yeah, sorry. This is random. I had to send this picture. What's with the gaps in y'all's toilets? What? People can see me wiping my arse? What's that about? Possibly why we ate there 4 times? Yeah, probably. Yeah, come on, man. You need to put better gaps on your doors. I was getting changed into my trousers so I could get ready to travel on the train, but there's gaps over the TikToks. For the fucking creeps. Yeah, that'll just be, I'm on the train now. Yeah. So this is where it happened. So this is now the trip home and the nightmare. And there's one last thing I do have to show. So in terms of swag, this all started at 6 o'clock in the morning that day. The got a text. It was 6 o'clock in the morning. British Airways, we've cancelled your flight. I'm like, "Ah, here we go. It starts. And I knew, and it was funny. I think I cursed it because the night before, or 2 nights before, I was in the lift and Murph was in the lift. I'm like, oh, fuck's sake. And only because I'm like, I don't want to be like, oh, hi, because that's not me at all anyway. But I still have to make chat. And, you know, hats off to him. He said hello first, right? And I didn't have any FSExpo gear on, so he could have been anyone, whatever. But I think when I started speaking in my pure Scottish accent, I realised that I was there for some other reason, not to see the sights of Providence and the lobster rolls. But I'd said to him that, well, how is he getting back? Was he flying through Dublin or whatever? And he's like, nah, I'm going to Shannon. And I was like, all right, it must, because I know it's a different type of plane and all that sort of stuff. And this is where I cursed it. I went, oh, I'm flying on the British Airways A380. It's probably going to be cancelled because that plane's always broken. And he was like, oh, well, blah, 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 blah. And then moved on our separate ways. Next day or 2 days later, whenever I said it, cancelled. Cancelled. Those planes are trash. I don't know if it's the planes or British Airways, but the plane itself, when during COVID, sat in a graveyard for however long it was, and then they brought them back into service. And then they are constantly cancelling routes with the 380 or they're delayed because there's problems with the plane and they just do not have the parts to fix them. So I had a funny feeling it's going to happen, and it happened. So 6 o'clock in the morning, get a text message. It's cancelled. I was then up from 6 o'clock that morning trying to rearrange it. Now, they offered me an alternative. Well, oh, great. Scrolling down, KLM, not bad. KLM, Amsterdam's the right direction. That's fine. KLM, I prefer KLM in a way, especially Schiphol. Okay, that's fine. KLM first class. Oh, very nice. I'm getting an upgrade out of this. Oh, brilliant. Okay. Fly back on to Edinburgh straight away. Not a problem. Great. That's fine. When's this going to take off? Yesterday. How does that work? And that's where the real struggle started, because I had to start messaging boys and all sorts of stuff. So I get on their chat. There's no way I'm phoning them. So I get in the chat, and this guy's taking ages to respond. And he goes, no, it's definitely today. It's definitely today. Yada, yada, yada. I'm telling you now, mate, it says yesterday. And I'm not accepting it on the app. And then turn up to the airport and you're like, oh, sorry, sir, I fucking left yesterday. I've had that before. Years ago, I was in Japan. And the flight was... the flight was like 0015, and for whatever reason I thought it was another day. I turned up to the airport and like the day off at 10 o'clock in the evening, and they went, I didn't even get a coffee on that plane because I missed it. And I looked at it and I went, oh no, your flight left at midnight this morning. I was proper stressing. And back in those days, it was not even those days. My fault. I missed it. I had to shell out 700 quid to get back home. I wasn't going to make that same mistake again in terms of, I'm going to turn up to the airport. And I went, well, you accepted this, but it left yesterday. So I phoned them up. I texted them, get all sorted. And okay, no, definitely today. Right, great, fine. Whatever. Go and have breakfast with Jeff and Emma. And we do what we do and all these bits and pieces and have lunch later on. Those lobster rolls, great. Then it's time for me to get the train. Now, keep in mind, it is a million fucking degrees still. 30 degrees, still hot. It is not pleasant. Train's delayed by 10 minutes. Not even that. 1 minute. 2 minutes. 10 minutes. 30 minutes. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. I'm sitting here in this station. There's crackheads in one corner there. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to get stabbed. The temperature's rising. It's now getting to an hour, and I only had 4 hours to get to the airport. Now I've only got 3 hours and an hour on the train. So there, it finally turns up. It gets to the platform. Some woman then starts explaining to me that she was arrested that night because she was stalking her ex-husband, and the police in Boston then took her fucking car, and so her car's in Boston. the police in Providence have taken all of our money and all them bits and pieces. I'm sitting there going, aye, she's asking me for a ticket here. And she's explaining to me all this shit, how she can get onto the train for nothing. I'm like, fuck no, I just want to get there. Christ. Finally, she goes and does whatever. Probably gets kicked off the train anyway because it's an Amtrak train. They're actually checking for tickets. So I get on there. That's not a problem. That's fine. Then I can get the bus. Great. So I get on the bus, get to the terminal, have my earphones in. Bus pulls up to the terminal. I went, oh shit. Is this terminal Echo? And the guy sitting next to me goes, yeah, it is. Okay, cool. Get off. Get into terminal. Delta. Everybody. Delta. Oh, well, I know they're a partner. Where's KLM? KLM doesn't exist at this terminal. What? I was supposed to be at Echo. That was Alpha. Boy, he lied to me. Of course, the first stop would be Alpha. So I had to run across, because at this point, it was 2 hours before the plane was due to depart. Now, you know what? Most are sometimes they close well before. Some of them are right up to the wire. I did not know. Gets to Echo, look up KLM, Amsterdam. No check-in desk. Oh no. I've missed it. I missed this one as well. Luckily, it wasn't. It was just like an Air France, KLM, Star Alliance shitty desk, and it was fine. I'm pissed and sweat. Just the sweat dripping off me, dripping all over me. Guy sitting next to me going, "Did you?" Some guy from again Amsterdam's like, "Did you run here?" And I'm like, "No, I'm just fucking yes, of course I ran here. I'm sweating." He's like, "Oh man, you're sweating." Oh no, shit, Sherlock. I just ran because I got told the wrong fucking place to go to. Oh yeah, you look hot. You're not helping the situation. Anyway, get to the desk. Okay, have I got my first class seat? No, you got premium economy. Why? So we've just put you to premium economy. I was like, well, it's better than nothing, right? But in the end, I paid for it. I paid for the upgrade. I got it. Great, whatever. You know, I just wanted to, primarily because I wanted to sleep. By that point, you know, this was 12 hours later and I was already shagged out. I was proper tired. I could not do it. Just wanted to sleep. So that's fine, whatever, Doug. But I can't take your money here. You need to go pay at the desk at the thing, mate, because I can't take the money here. It's not get through TSA, relatively pleasant. And then I walk all the way around. It's like a shoehorn, this bit. All the way around to the KLM one, and the guy sorts me out. That's fine, whatever. And then I go up to the lounge. Sounds fine so far, right? I know it sounds like I'm complaining, but okay, so I'm in the lounge. I'm speaking to some dude, very friendly and whatever. And then I'm right, okay, time for me to go. I'm going to go down. Go down there. Oh, it's delayed an hour. All right, okay, well, I'll go back to the lounge all the way, 10-minute walk all the way back round, get up there, and then again, it comes back. No announcements, by the way. No announcements from the front desk. And the board's wrong. The board still says the original leave-in time of 8:15. Walk round. It's 9:15. I know you're right. I do sound like Sebastian, to be fair, but I'm telling you the story. Nonetheless, if I had to do it, you're all now along for the fucking ride. So I'm dragging you along. So get to the airport. I get to the back to the desk. It's delayed again, and so 3 hours now we're delayed. Anyway, backwards and forth. Then I meet the pro sim guy. He's on the plane as well, and he's like, "Oh man, this is a nightmare." And I'm like, "Yeah, tell me about it." The guy I'm speaking to, he's on the Air France plane that's supposed to come to the place after me. So we're all then sitting in line trying to get in. There's planes coming like buses, waiting for one to go away, one to go. Get onto the plane, and all looks good. Okay, finally get in. It's 10:15. Not too bad. Only 2 hour delay. I can deal with this. So there's Jeff. There's Jeff Mark II on the train. Grew some hair there. Some nice Lufthansa planes. British Airways is supposed to park there. But you can still see what you don't know is see in the background here. These are all the planes sitting waiting to get to the gates. And I didn't know that until later on. All those planes are all empty. They got them all people off, and then they just parked them up there waiting because other planes needed to get to the gates. Reflection on the window. So yeah, nice, great lounge, fantastic. You know, a maroon British passport. You know, there's still the British passport that you can take overseas and slap people with because you're an elite. Not anymore. So that was quite nice. Bit of Boston there. There's that Lufthansa on its way. And then, of course, the KLM seat. Beautiful. It's not the best. It's definitely not the worst. Oh, really pulled my headphones out. So this is the last bit of gear. Another little, I showed you the bag at the start. I'll show you the bag at the end. I have to say, it's not the best, like, bag for, if you compare it to the British Airways one, right? So the British Airways one had an eye mask, socks, a toothbrush, and some balm, right? Eye mask. This one's got a branded one. Slightly bigger. Socks, exactly the same, but grey. Toothbrush, bamboo toothbrush, so it's not going to be the best. Chewable toothpaste. Tory class. Jamie, I was absolutely not sitting back there. I needed to sleep. By that point, I'd been up 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18 hours or something like that. I lost count by that point. I was fuck it. I don't want it. And then it's just like a bunch of like BAMs and that. So it's not on a pen. So, I mean, you don't go on for the bag, to be fair, but it's not the best bag. And the seat was okay. It didn't have a proper bed and stuff, but you know what? It's fine. Their film selection was good. No, I never watched any of it. Anyway, there's the bag. That's what you get with KLM's business class. They don't do first class. They only do, I don't know why I got offered a first class ticket because they don't do it. So it was very nice, did the job. And that's when it got turned into real painful hell. The plane was delayed another hour. And inside the cabin, it was about 32 degrees, 32 degrees for an hour. It had massage, that's nice. That was Gatorade, effectively. It was supposed to be, I don't know, a mocktail, but it was Gatorade. It was quite nice, though. I do like Gatorade. There was the meal, that was okay. They didn't have the lobster, for fuck's sake. It was a 772, 21 years old. So the air conditioning was not powerful enough, but it blows into the center of the cabin. There's nothing above your head to keep you cool. But even then, it's not great. So for the full hour until that gate, because it was delayed again, I was sitting there. So I cleared the bottle of water. I was feeling ill, proper ill, because by that point now we're talking about almost 20 hours later. And as we took off, it never cooled down. The whole way there, I would say about halfway there, it remained at 30 degrees. It was fucking awful. Absolutely awful. And this old 777. I mean, it's cheesecake. There was nothing really special about that. It looks nice, but to me, that's about it. That's good, though. I do like the little Delm houses. They're very nice. I can add that to the collection from like a million years ago. And then that's just coming into Schiphol. This is one of the best parts of the plane, I guess, of the flight. So this was my first time on an Embraer E19 E2. Very nice plane. The engines are surprisingly big on that. But yeah, it was good. It was very nice. Very comfortable. You still get a meal it was a sandwich on that. So that's quite nice for KLM. And of course, that's my lovely face. That's approaching our 24. No, it'd be more than that. 26, 27 by that point. Maybe I had some micro sleeps. I couldn't sleep on the KLM. It was too hot. And then in Schiphol, because we were delayed by 3 hours, I already had to reschedule my flight twice to get onto this one. Third time nearly. I ran. Luckily, the gate was closed. I made it with like 2 minutes left to spare before they shut the gate. So I was lucky. Yeah, some last little pictures. Taking off over Amsterdam and coming back to the UK. So, oh yeah, baby Grogu. So that was that was FS Expo. That was FS Expo. Now it wasn't really a full debrief or review or whatever, but it was more. I wanted to share the experience of it there. Now I know it sounds like the bit at the end was really bad, and it 100% took the shine off it. Don't get me wrong. It wasn't fun. Just sort my colours out here. It wasn't fun that trip away home. It just was one thing after the next that failed. Trying to organise these flights, the train, being late, the experience at the airport, the plane itself. It's just everything I was either waiting on or was up to the wire. And this is my problem with Minneapolis next year, but it doesn't sound like it's going to be too bad, at least going from the airport to the thing. Is can we make that? Vegas was a lot easier, right? Vegas was a hell of a lot easier to get to internationally. If it was in Boston, which it could have been, but if it was in Boston, it would have been easier. Providence was nice, but I think it was tough. I think it was tough. It was a little, for me, it just felt like it was a little bit in the middle of nowhere, but maybe if I flew into Providence, if there was the option, maybe it would have been a little bit easier. I don't know. But yeah, it's a good experience for sure. And Jamie, I know you were still on the fence about it. I think if you were to sum it up, the expo was okay. The company was excellent. The company was excellent. It was I think I've now made the correlation. What I thought was good and what I thought was bad. The expo last year was good, was better, I think. The company this year was better. And I don't mean it like, Jamie, you were there last year, not yet. What I meant was there was more to do, I felt, around last year, more things that were obtainable compared to last year, not your £500 fucking flying experience or, driving a fast car or a digger or something like that. Things that we could go to, the escape room, the karaoke, the airside tour. Holy shit! These things were obtainable and were they were fun. And my camera keeps freezing. Sorry. I think if you and Cav were there as well, it would be not better, but definitely icing on the cake, because then the whole group was there. Everybody that we met last year, back again here this year, new friends. Bob, it was great talking to you in the lobby, and then everything else through the expo as well. David and David, two Davids. It's good to see you both again as well. Great. Jeff, I could have done without. Good to see Emma, but Jeff, I could have done without. Yeah, I think, and that's the point that I was trying to make to Evan, was that, fuck the expo. The expo is great. I think the expo is the add-on. Coming out and meeting everybody who's got the same, same interests, the same mindset is worth the traveling out there, for sure. I sound soppy, innit? I sound really soppy, but that's it. Jeff, yeah, I mean, Jeff, you ever love him, or you kind of love him? Bring a tear to your eye. I know, right? Oh, he's really soppy. And now it's got dark outside, and I've talked too long. I was get that wasp's nest, and I'm going to probably have to wait till tomorrow. I might do it in the dark whilst they're asleep. The people is why you go every year. Absolutely, David. Absolutely. And that's why I want to go next year. As I said, you know what? And I didn't go. So last year I was there at 9 o'clock so I could get through those doors of the expo. I know you were there at 9 o'clock because your picture was on the thing with people coming through the doors. And I knew Justin was there because I could see him. He was in front of everything, wasn't he? But Justin was just somebody that we met there. But it's this year. What I mean is, I wasn't there at 9 o'clock. I wasn't there at the start of the Friday. I couldn't be fucked. I couldn't be bothered. I just wanted to be like, right, when are we going out drinking? When are we going out drinking, mate? 42. The streamers this year I thought were a little bit more behaved. Is that what I want to say? They weren't like they were outrageous last year, but they were definitely. I felt some of. I'm not naming names particularly, but some were less arrogant and some were a little bit more calmer than they were from when we were in Vegas. I think. I don't know what it was like when the booze got proper flowing, but even then, it seemed a little bit better. Oh, you went to? Oh, did you? Oh no, of course, I was there too. What a dickhead! Of course, I forgot about the burger place. Sitting there going, "Oh yeah, what was that? Did you go there? All right, I didn't realize that." Of course, yeah. So we did watch the. I remember now. I did see the video. We saw it in the bar, the restaurant, the burger place, the sliders. Nah, I remember now. Does my camera keep freezing for everybody else? Because I keep getting these stutters. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so it was good. Yeah, I thought everybody was a little bit more. Nope, it's not starting for you. Okay, maybe it's just my end then. It did say I had like 692 frames that had dropped. I haven't got a good camera. It's just like a Kylo type thing, whatever, webcam. Not professional here. So yeah, and I didn't see many people like last year again, like that media center thing. They didn't seem to be over pretentious as it was last year as well. It was pretty normal. And Jamie was there. I did not see him or hear him the whole time, but I saw him yesterday being interviewed by Murph. So he was there. So there you go. You saw him a few times? I never saw him once. I saw Kenko a couple of times walking around, but that was it. That was it. I mean, I was surrounded by American streamers, so it just into the background, I guess. He did a few live streams. Okay, fair enough. I mean, the internet was garbage. I'm surprised he even managed to get a live stream out there. Internet was, I know people were saying it's always garbage, but it was particularly bad this year. So I'm surprised everybody got anything out there that wasn't a text message. Yeah, I didn't see him. Not once. I didn't hear him because he's got a particular voice that I always pick up on. Like last year, I could hear him behind me in the queue for the plane. But I did not see him. That's true, actually. They do get the good router. Special. But yeah, no, it was yeah, a lot more humble this year for sure. It was just a different atmosphere, wasn't it? Just a different atmosphere. Yeah. Second favorite Jamie. Yeah. My first favorite Jamie was the guy I used to work with, who's now a fireman. There you go, Bob. I had a guy who left the old banking industry to become a fireman. He's only about 5 foot, so he must be pretty good. He must get up that ladder fast. Yeah. Oh well. Off for next year then. And it's not even a full 365 days because it's second week of July. January. June. Oh my god, get my J's right. So yeah, that's looking forward to that. So there we go. I managed to fill 3 hours of talking shit, which is normal for me. You know what I'm like. So if I can do this, then I can do the seminar next year. So I know this is the thing that I was wanting to do, and I kind of mentioned it at the start there with Rob doing his thing. Slant Alpha for anybody who doesn't realize. I'm going to, if I go next year, I'm thinking about pitching for a seminar. They're about 45 minutes or something. Whereas and I was speaking to Moose about this as well, and he thought it was a pretty good idea, but not that I'm trying to be wide about it, but it was more about, as someone who's relatively new to VATSIM in the last 2 years, to share my experience of someone who's not really good at communicating, like on the phone or something like that. I'm pretty bad, to say this is okay, so you've decided to go into VATSIM, you want to do it, but you still don't really know how to do it. So this is like the part 2. I'm going to give you the basic tips to make you for success. So things like, as I said, this board as well that I still use to this day, this whiteboard where I can, talk about my location. This is when you're calling for like clearances, that sort of location, where you're at, your clearances, all that shit, and then all your sort of radio frequencies. And then sort of using those tips for using VATSIM radar to say, well, what can you expect next? Which frequency is next? Or if you're on Unicom, what about the planes that are around you? But also putting a European slant onto it. So, as I mentioned earlier on as well, a lot of people that I spoke to out in the US, just like me, are afraid to fly, or they're not too sure, I should say, to fly in in Europe. And when I say like me, I'm not too confident flying in the US. It's just completely different procedures. So add a little bit of European stuff to it as well. So in Germany, you can expect to fly the stars. There's not really many. There is stars there, but you'll probably just do transitions straight in most of the time, especially in Frankfurt and Munich. The way that I just said on the how to read out your clearances, that's generally a set way as well, especially again in Germany where they want you to say flight levels. And I had it the other day with a guy who said, I want you to read it back word for word. He was a bit pretentious, but there you go. So it happens. So this is what to expect. Expect, again, the reason why I say Germany is because a lot goes on in Germany, but expect to be descending at 2,000 to 2,500 feet per minute, like that. It happens. And then for, the UK, just expect to get shouted at. So to get a moody Londoner to be like, well, you're not listening to me, right? That's it. So yeah, something like that. And of course, maybe you could do a 30, 35-minute IFR commercial. Yeah, and that was the other thing I was thinking as well. So if I don't do like a full IFR sort of communications, so I could just split it and just say, right, this is just IFR and forget about the European stuff. I can do a bit of this is what to expect for IFR. And then we've got Jeff coming along and being like, well, this is what we're going to talk about VFR and the things to expect to be the lingo and what to be saying. Because again, you see me, I have no fucking clue. I have no fucking clue. Even now. That's why I don't fly GA, because not a clue, especially here in the UK where they just I just can't do it. So, and how to do a proper SIA. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, there we go, Jeff. We can sign off with that. Get everybody to say it right. Now, at the end, when you're getting hand off, what do you say? See ya. Jamie, that's one in the bag. That's one in the bag. I was planning to do a big see ya, but that's, the way you've put it there, that's quite good. So yeah, I think that's something we can do next year, for sure. And if not, then I think it's something that you could certainly do from your end. Even as a controller, you could say, well, this is the sort of things I'm expecting from you, at a minimum. We don't want to do the full show, but the minimum to get somebody up, and then they can learn themselves in the way that works for them. Yeah, there's so many different things like here. You have to speak to delivery. Well, when I say speak to, it's that or PDC, but again, in the US, you have that where you sometimes just log in and it's beep beep beep, it's pinged to you. Don't even get a chance. Sometimes I never speak to delivery. Never. And then you just do your pushback and then you speak to ground straight away once it's done, apart from Denver, as we spoke about. So there's definitely a trick missing between what Rob finishes off with and what can be used, or can be said. And then, of course, the other suggestion Emma came up with, that was a really good one. I really like what she came up with the whole stamp thing. Go around and get stamps in a book, make it like a pilot's log or something like that, generating people going around to booths. That was amazing. That was a really great idea. I'm surprised somebody's not thought of that, or they have, and it's been shot down. So guess something to bring up. At least that's something that can be just incorporated rather than something that, standing up and doing the show. I'd definitely do it. I'll tell you that. It's another wee memento. Big time. Or the scavenger hunt type thing as a separate, but anyhow. Right. That is now 3 hours on the trot, and it is almost 11 o'clock. Almost 11 o'clock. So I think I am going to leave it there tonight. Okay. Because I've got big party tomorrow. I'm a popular guy. I've got to do the hosting. Time for Oh, the set before I do that, I forgot the 757. Oh, that looks good. That looks good. If you're asking me one plane that I'm looking forward to of that whole weekend, which there's not many to be fair, is there any? Was there any planes that were offered? I don't think there was there? I didn't see the tool list properly offered there, but that is a bit tasty, to be honest with you. The 340. I've been asking for it, but the 75, that was the star of the show in terms of planes, I think. For airliners, Jeff, don't worry. I don't know about the GAs. Yeah. That'd be cracking. Absolutely cracking. And I don't think it's too far away. Oh, God, I keep remembering stuff. So there's one other one to talk about after this. So yeah, so I did speak to him. Nothing much to talk about, to be fair. There's nothing new. It should be coming out soon. And then we have Cargo coming out a few months after that. DHL Fly 75 cargoes all over Europe. So that is the one I'm looking for. Forget the A300 because they still do that, or even more so forget about the 777 because I'm not doing long haul. That 75, I want it in my fucking basket. They are working on VNAV, but they're not like FSS, which are a million miles away. And that is what I was about to talk about next. So, you know me, I got a beef with FSS. I'm an E-Series man when it comes to domestic. I love the E-Series. I will fly that all day long if I could. I don't because it's a piece of shit right now. But I did speak to the guy, and I think to be fair to him, he is misunderstood in terms of what the aircraft is and where it's at, but that is his own doing. I was speaking to him and he was saying actually the E series is not as new as people might think. I mean, E2, which I flew in back from Amsterdam, absolutely. But the original E series is a combination of VNAV and something else. I can't remember what it was called. It was like V flight change type deal. So you press a button, and this is the real aircraft. Excuse me. It will follow it on the way up. It will not follow the restraints. Okay, you have to dial it in because what's the story with that? Do not touch pitch. Oh yeah, okay. I'll come back to Meridian again. I did cover it, but maybe you weren't here. So it's when you're climbing, the plane in real life just wants to shoot to the stars. It just wants to go right up. So you have to manage it up yourself. Coming down is not a problem. It's actually okay. But again, you still have to use a combination of brakes, which actually now makes sense because when I'm in the E-Series, yeah, they put the brakes on. And you have to do a little bit more management. But the problem is, the way it's been sold is sold to people who are flying Airbuses. So they're used to pressing VNAV off they go and come down, or three 737s. They're not used to this thing like the Avro J, where you have to work for it. Okay, it's got an auto throttle. Great. But actually, the auto throttle in the Avro J does nothing other than just maintains that speed. You still got to wind it up and wind it down. And the same, the altitude constraints. You have to just look at the FMC and punch it in and then wind it up and wind it down, and that'll choose it. It has a VNAV button, but they never implemented it. The only thing they have is an auto throttle in the Avro J, and it's not too far off from the E series. And I said to the guy, why the fuck are you not telling people this then? You've got people here that are coming in and slagging you off about that this doesn't work and that doesn't work, blah, 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 blah. But you're not telling people that, this is how the plane's due to work. But the problem also with when we were sitting, because he had the plane, but I never spoke to him about the actual demo. I just spoke to him there one-to-one. I said to him, well, here's the other problem that you've got with your communication style. So you're sitting there and you're bringing out an E-series and you say it's early access. You tell me who in this community knows what early access is, not from an age perspective where you have maybe some older people who don't take me as lightly anybody, but I'm talking about people who are used to early access, or kids who are playing on Steam, right? You get the Steam early access. I'm playing DayZ, blah, 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 early access for 10 years. When was the last time you saw a plane in Flight Simulator from the 80s all the way to now where there was an early access? No, we've seen free. Take the fly-by-wire, and it slowly comes along. But I've never seen a time where you've been asked to pay for something up front until recent years to get a thing. So people are still expecting a little bit more of a full show. Me personally, I kind of knew the deal. But I said to him, well, no one's used to it, so why are you not really making it a bit more clear? And then because you're sitting there saying this is early access, we're working on it, and you bring it to 7.2. Then people are going, well, hold on, I've just paid for this one, and you said it's early access, and this one comes out and it's ready to go, fully working. And it is. How many people you got working for you? 20. 20 doesn't even scratch the surface. I got people working in my bit, about 40 people, and it's still struggling to get a product out. 20 isn't enough, and you're splitting it. And then you're sitting there on stage. I'm getting into that Karen stage now. You're sitting on stage, and you're saying to people, okay, well, now we're bringing out the 7.2 Super, and we're bringing out this, bringing out that. And then you kind of touch it and go, oh, here's the E-series. You're pissing people off because you're not explaining to them, well, this is the way we're doing it. And now you're telling me that you're also working for Aerosoft, managing their products and bringing it out. Spread too thin, man. He spread too thin. He was a nice guy, and I think he's definitely worth having a conversation with him to understand what the business is doing. But every time they do an update and they put something out, they just get slated in FS Elite. And I say, well, that's probably why, because people just don't understand what you're doing and what you want to do. And maybe you're just spread too thin. But that's my personal opinion on it. The part about the do not touch, Jamie, was Meridian. So Meridian came out on the stage. They had the device, and they were like, everybody's shit but us. All these people make crap components, and they're talking about honeycomb, right? You know, we talk about honeycomb when they're sort of plastic bits inside, but the way he's shooting at everybody's crap. Everyone's crap. We've got better components that last longer, yada, yada, yada. Here's the thing here. And he delivered a poor performance. Who's Meridian? So, you know Honeycomb, right? You know Honeycomb, right? So Honeycomb is Bravo, the Alpha, whatever. There was a big, massive hoo-ha because the guy who, I can't remember the guy's name, but he basically said that his partner, the guy who created Honeycomb, ran off with all the money in Hong Kong and fucked them over and did all these bits and pieces with the patents and all this shit, right? Nikki, thank you very much. And it was a big, massive controversy. You think that AnyBuild shit that I saw the other day was controversial? This seemingly was massive. And so he kind of had trying to get the community on his side, yada, 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 whatever, right? And he said, some people were skeptical, some people were not. I don't know the politics around that. So he decided to start this a new company called Meridian, GMT, which effectively is the same shit, okay? It looks exactly the same as you saw in the picture, but it's got some added features, right? It's got that back panel on it. You have different versions, but at the same day, it's still that sort of, it looks exactly the same as that in terms of the structure, right? The physical housing looks exactly the same with some bells and whistles and whatever. But the way he delivered it, he came out with this product that was kind of half finished with some guy on the side of him saying, my product's better, everyone else has got shit components, blah, 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 blah. And it was like he never even knew how to do the presentation. Never practiced it. And then when things weren't going right in terms of his development cycle, he kind of blamed, I think, the other guy and all sorts of shit. Anyway, that was done. He was dragged off stage effectively because he went over his time. Moose was still trying to say, right, thanks, and he's still going, no, trying to shout over Moose the whole way through it. Gets onto the shop floor. You can't touch his shit. I'm surprised you were even allowed to look at it and take a photograph of it. And that's what it had the picture. Do not touch this. I think he's afraid that someone will touch something and break it and they'll expose him. I have no idea. I never went to the booth, to be fair. That picture was taken from Murph when he was going round. So I didn't realise if I'd seen that, I'd have been taking photos. But yeah, and Jeff, yeah, you saw it better than me. All glued together. So you want to talk about shenanigans? That is shenanigans. So I'm not entirely sure what's happening in terms of, is he actually going to produce something? People were saying, like months way back, nothing's going to happen. He ain't going to produce anything. And I was like, I don't really know, to be fair. I don't know. After seeing that, yeah, I'm wondering now. I'm wondering. Supposedly shipping in November. If it was shipping in November, why can you not touch this shit? Nothing actually worked. Yeah, I mean, why come to an expo, have a big booth? That was one of the bigger booths, right? I know it was in the corner, but it was one of the bigger booths. And not have it. You know, right? People are wanting to come and see your stuff, right? Especially with you, all this controversy, like people are coming there to have a look and go, what's going on here? And he just did not deliver it, whether presentation or whatever. You can believe at some point, yeah, I can't. And to be fair, if it's going to look and perform similar to the Bravo and the Alpha, he's already got the template. But Honeycomb's booths were booming. There was people all around it, and all they had was like a joystick that was relatively new. Other than that, it was the same shit. So I think people maybe saw through what was going on and were like, nah. But I don't know. You can only hope, right? You wish the luck the best to the guy. But he's just got this chip on his shoulder. And I can understand why, but he brings it to the business. And that's not good for business. And it will be his demise. If he continues with this chip, his demise. Did they have the tiller on show? No. I look forward to that. I would get, regardless of the aircraft, that tiller. Yep. Definitely. Yeah, I think, Jeff, I think you're right. I think he would have been smarter. That's what I'm saying. He came in all guns blazing, and it missed every shot. Missed every shot. Taking pre-orders and Sue's. Well, here's the thing, David. They took pre-orders of the fucking Charlies, didn't they? And look what happened there. I mean, they came out in the end, but only after some of the dust settled. Yeah, I'm definitely. I know I was saying earlier on about the other stuff, like the throttles and all that, but the tiller, finally, a tiller worth that they can buy, affordable. It's not £200 and 3D printed. I don't understand why it's so hard to get your hands on a tiller. I mean, so what I use on the yoke, I press a button and I drive it like a car. And then on the Airbus or the joystick, I twist it to drive around. So I can still do it just now. But tiller would be nice, for sure. And that is universal. I know it looks like an Airbus one, but you can use that anywhere, to be fair. So use a rudder. How can you control that? Right. Yeah, so that's me caught up now, I think. I'm just trying to think, is there any last minute bits? I definitely did not go around as many as I thought I did. The Scalarchy one was funny. So I did the A320 simulator again. That was an A330 this year. I fucked that up. The guys were as moody as they were last year. And I didn't even know where I was. Assuming it was from Boston. Didn't realize it was Boston. And we're flying around, and it got to the point. I had a guy who just randomly sat down. He's like, "Can I sit down next to him?" I was like, "Yeah." He was pressing all sorts of fucking, but he was pulling flaps up as soon as I took off. It was like that fucking bone that crashed the other day. I was like, "What are you doing? I'm going to fall into the sea." it was, oh man, it was crazy. But then we all pitched in, and that, again, that's a community thing. That was really fun. We had loads of people with yeah, a full size sim with a, was it even 40 inches? I don't know. No, that was funny. So you have this full size sim and like one monitor in front of you. Fucking hell. Yeah. So I'm trying to think where the airport is. I couldn't see it because it's down here. But sorry if I heard something there. Yeah, that community thing was fun because then everybody who's kind of watching around went, okay, well, press this button and I'll press this button whilst I'm sitting there trying to program the MCDU to try and get a track. And yeah, that was good. But then, of course, Scholarchy was like, get away. They're all too close. And I landed within the time and hit the sea because it was A330. It was just, she was a slog to get down and turn, and it didn't work. But it was fun. It was fun. I thought I had a picture of the. Hold on. I thought I had a picture of the Wing full setup. But we went through all my photos, so probably not. No, I don't think I did. No, I just got the throttles. Yeah, that Wing setup will be pretty nice once it's all together, but yeah, it's cheap. Visual approach for the Eh? Did I follow Boozy? Yeah, I did. Is that what they did? Because there's a question mark there, so I'm not entirely sure I followed the question itself. All right, enough of those long silences. Two separate things. Okay, I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop now because we're now approaching 11 o'clock. So that was a good chat, mostly from me. And it was good to see everybody kind of popping in and coming on for the chat as well. So I think it's the first time I've just done a just chatting stream, but at least I had a topic to talk about. But yeah, I might be back on Saturday. Boomer needs to sleep. I'm not sleeping. I need to. I've got the kids and stuff in the morning. I need to get ready for bits and pieces. So I mean, I won't be going to bed, but I'll not be far off it either. But I'm not starting a flight now because by the time I get up, it'll probably be midnight. So there you go. Is he on? Okay, I'll do that. That sounds fair. Now I need to remember how to raid. Right. Raid. Is it Nige? Nige. Okay, I don't know how that works, but I'm going to press the button and you'll go over to him and I'm going to just quickly load. Yeah, I've got that. I'm going to load his channel on my Twitch. I actually need to follow him, so hold on. Ooh, one of my previous streams is playing for some random reason. Nate. No, it's not. It's Nige. Nige B. There's two. There's a capital and non-capital. How does that work? Right, hold on. You can't go yet, Bob. You gotta say hello to this guy. Somebody from he's not streaming. What are you talking about? I think he stopped. I think he's having problems. Yeah, he's just dropped off. Okay, I'll tell you what then. I'm going to send you over to somebody else. Sorry, you can hear him in the other one, but I will follow him. He's got to follow. Sorry, that's adverts. I'm going to send you over to a friend of mine. Is Rusty. He is playing guitar live, so it's not a flight sim. That was Squid Game popping up. There was an advert. Yeah, he's playing his guitar live. I went to university with him. So I'm going to put you over to him because he puts people over to me now and again, and I've not reciprocated. So, guys, thank you very much. I might see you on Saturday. Depends if I'm shaken from the drinks. What I'm going to do before I just hand you over to him, though, is do this because you deserve it. Before I do this, so we'll just get all the follows in there. Bob, thank you very much. Planes text. I know that's the guy I met in the lift. Nothing sketchy about that. Did I see season 3? Not even seen season 1. Night Wolf, that's Nate. So you can give him a follow. And then his wife follow me as well. And then of course, for the final, I'm going to replay this one. David. Oh, what's this? Oh, Bob, thank you very much. Thank you very much for those bits, Bob. I need to sort the bits out. That's one thing I haven't done. I've sorted all these other sounds out, but not the bits. Thank you very much, Bob. Thank you. Bits, cheers. I get confused. Between it all. But
give your meat a good old rub.
He did it offline. He did it offline.
Hot spicy meat.
Thank you very much, David.
Yeah, boy.
And thank you for anybody else that I may have missed. B as well. And Nige, sorry, not B. Nige, or that follows from both his channels. Right. That's enough me definitely, I've done it now. I've enough spraffing. As I said, I might be on Saturday. Depends if I'm shaking from the booze. If not, I'll see you on Saturday then. Usual time, 7 o'clock. Okay. Go and say hello to Russell, Rusty. And then yeah, I'll see you next one. Okay. So you're clear. Go over to Unicom now, 1 to 2 decimal 8. See ya. Oh, there's a there's a countdown timer, a cooldown. Okay, hold on. We're almost there. Okay, right. See ya.